Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the newly formed Ududuwa Nation.
A very good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I don't know where you're listening to me from, but I know you are either in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. My name is Ade Thomas from Heritage Television in London. I promised you yesterday that it's going to be a new dimension, a new opportunity, and a new strategy for everything we're doing right here, because we're not going to keep quiet until we get what we deserve. And what we deserve is our ultimate. And the ultimate is our own very nation, that we will not be a slave to anybody else. We don't want no trouble. We don't want no fight. We don't want no hassle. All we're asking for is that we want to govern ourselves. We want to rule ourselves. Here with me in the studio today, I have a brand new gentleman all the way from the United States of America. The good thing is that yesterday we have American. Today we're having another American, maybe Oduduwa American, right? Maybe that. So today I've brought another gentleman, completely gentleman. The man is a soft-spoken person. When you hear him speaking, you will, this man, you speak too soft now. What happened now? Well, you will never know he's gonna be in any struggle, because he's just a very, very soft-spoken person. I don't want to patronize him too much. I want you to see my guest today so that we have the opportunity to actually introduce himself. And if you like what we're doing, please say so. If there's anything we're doing that you don't like, please make noise. Let us know that you don't like what we're doing. But if you like it, please praise us. And again, I'm showing my new studio. How is it? Do you like it, guys? I told you, Oduduwa people has got a lot of brain. They got a lot of talent. And they can do so many things in a wonderful way. Here we are, an Oduduwa nation, right? I'm sure when we get our nation, there won't be any problem. Let's welcome Mr. Ojo Oyebisi onto the show today. Good afternoon, sir.
Hey, how are you?
Fine, thank you, my brother. Thank you. I really appreciate you. It was a very impromptu interview, innit? Maybe 2 hours, 3 hours to plan this all together, yeah?
Yes.
Are you really up for it, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
I'm up
let's
for
go
it.
for it. Introduce yourself
Let's
to
do
the
it.
guests at home. Let's see. Let's hear about you. Who are you?
Well, my name is Ojo Oyebisi. I came to, well, my dad is from Ede in Osun State. He's from the Ajeniju royal family in Ede, Osun State. And my mom is from Ibadan, Mako in Ibadan. So, that's basically my family background in Nigeria. I came to the United States in 1995. I was a teenager then when I came to the United States. And I went to school in the United States. I started from NYU, and then I transferred to the City College of the City University of New York, where I studied electrical engineering, and then I got my master's from there in economics. And then you know I moved to DC, Washington DC, where I've been since then working with the partner of the United States Patent and Trademark. And then after living in Washington D.C. for like 5 years, I went back to school to get my MBA in international business. And and I've been working with United States Patent and Trademark ever since. So so that's pretty much me. About 2 years ago, I wrote a book called the IFA divination system, the mechanics of IFA divination system, highlighting some elements of technological knowledge in IFA. So that's the book. Currently, I'm working on another book. It's a children's book on Yoruba mythology. So
Okay,
that,
okay, that's
yeah,
that's all about you.
yes,
That's all you remember about yourself, or that's all about you,
that's what I remember about myself.
Mister Ojo Oyebisi, in 2 minutes.
Exactly.
A writer will always know how to summarize things in a very unique way. Eh?
Right, right,
I
right.
think you take the quietness from other people, because we Ibadan people, we're not quiet. You cannot say
I
one
know.
word to us and we won't give you about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 back in return.
That's right.
Welcome to the show, sir. Okay, uh, the difference between where you are now and where you were born, what can you
The
do,
different?
compare and contrast?
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, I live in Maryland, United States right now. I live in Howard County, which is in Columbia, Maryland. I mean, you get everything when you compare the way I live now with the way I lived when I was in Nigeria. The thing with Nigeria, right, is that since Nigeria is a colonial plantation, that's what I call it. Some people believe it might work or it's going to work in the future, but they just lying to themselves. That is never going to happen because Nigeria is a colonial plantation. The fundamental problem that we have in Nigeria is that we experience what I call incomplete decolonization. What should have happened when we got the alleged independence is for each region to go back to the pre-colonial nation. So, but that did not happen. What happened was we all came together to form a republic. We shouldn't have agreed to that because Nigeria is just not meant to be a nation. It's not a nation. It will never be a nation. So, anyways, everything is just different. Um, I mean, I don't really have to talk about my experience. I grew up in Ibadan. So, I mean, I don't really have to talk about my experience in Ibadan because everybody already uh, knows what the situation is in Yoruba land. We contribute tremendously to the union, but we only get like 4% back, and that's unacceptable. So, growing up in Ibadan, things were not as forthcoming as it is here in the States. Everything is available. There's electricity, there's water, there's, jobs. So everything, all the basic necessities of life you have, here in the States, in Maryland. But in Yoruba land, you don't have that. So, I mean, I can't even compare the two. It's just like, a friend of mine always said, United States and Nigeria is what an opposite. So it's just incomparable. You can't compare it. But my life is so much better in the United States, and that's what I want. For people on the ground in Nigeria, people in Yoruba land. People in Yoruba land, I want them to have the kind of life that I have, and that's why I'm focused, determined, and work towards the actualization of the Yoruba nation. So, and we will get it. I mean, so we have some naysayers that, they think we're just playing around, but we're not playing around. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get the Odua nation. So, so yeah, it's incomparable. My life here is way better than what my life was in Yoruba land in Ibadan growing up. So, I mean, that's just what it is.
It's way, way better, you said. It's way, way better.
Way, way, way better. Way, way better in such a way that I can't even compare. It's
Can I help you with
incomparable.
some comparison?
Okay.
There are people in Nigeria, there are people in America.
Yes.
There are people, there's presidents in America, there's presidents in Nigeria.
Right.
There's supposed to be water in Nigeria, there's water in America.
Right.
The only thing is the standard of living in America and the way they organize their life. We used to have that in Western region
That's correct. Yes.
until they mess it up. Why did they
That's
mess
correct.
it up?
Well, the reason why they messed it up is because the regional system at that time was not optimized. And what I mean by that is that if because some people even to today, they are clamoring for going back to the original system. That is not our position. Our position is to have an independent Udua nation, just to be clear. But some people are advocating for it. My position is if you want to go back to the regional system of government, it has to be optimized. What do I mean by optimization? Each region has to have its own military regime. So the central government cannot come and collapse the system as the Igbos, as they did at that time, because they were the ones that actually, through the coup, that collapsed the system. Aguiyi was the one that that did that. They did that because the central government controls the military regime. Each region just exists as its own political entity.
Autonomy.
So autonomy, yeah. So there's some autonomy, but it's not fully optimized. When it's fully optimized, each region will have its own currency. Each region will have its own military regime. You have to have the military. Whatever you do, you have to negotiate that into the system. So it's not optimized, and that's why it was easy for them to collapse it. That's number one. So going back to the regional system has to be autonomous. At that time, it was not autonomous. It's not fully autonomous. So, and that, like I said, that's why it's easier for the central power to collapse the system into one. So we are not in support of that. We are not even in support of the regional system at this point. What we want our independent Odua nation where we speak our own language. See, most people, most people don't understand the importance of language. You cannot engage in a democratic process as they try to do now in the parasitic unitary system of Nigeria. You cannot engage in a democratic process in a country where the language of politics, which is English, is different from the indigenous language of the people. You cannot do it. Because how would the people understand their political leaders? Like 70% of Nigerian population, they don't speak English. So that means you ostracize 70% of the population. That's number one. You cannot engage in a democratic process in a country where the language of politics, which is English, is different from indigenous language or languages of the people. That's number one. Number two, you cannot have the rule of law where the language of law is different from the language of the people. The language of law in Nigeria is English, and it's different from the language of the indigenous people themselves. So here, my grandmother, if she was alive, could go in the United States. She could go to the court of law and represent herself if she speaks English, because that's the language of the people, right? She doesn't need to get a private counsel to represent her. In Nigeria, she could not do that because in Nigeria, if she only speaks Yoruba, she could not represent herself. She has to hire a private counsel to represent her. And that is not a society where I want my kids to grow up in. The society where I want my kids to grow up in is a society where the language of law is the indigenous language of the land. So, so that's number two. So there is no democracy in Nigeria, and there's no rule of law. All these things only exist in principle; they don't exist in reality. And number three, the constitution, the Nigerian constitution, that is not, it's, I call it the 1999 military decree. That is not a constitution. It's a military decree. So it doesn't, I mean, we did not elect anybody to represent us in order to draft that constitution. So that was just a military decree that were put together by the Gambari, the Fula, and the Hausa military junta. So we rejected. So that's that's my position, when it comes to that. So again, the regional system was destroyed because it was not, because each region does not have, at that time, each region did not have its own military regime. So they could not counter attack the
From the
central,
central.
from the central. So it has to be optimized. And part of optimization also is economics. Now they take probably the southwest Yoruba land contribute, I would say maybe 59 to 60% of the Nigerian GDP, right? But we only get 3%, 3 to 4% of that back from the central government. If they want to have an optimized regional system, what they need to do is that we give 10% to the central government and we keep 90% of our fund or money that we generate internally. And the more your population, the more you contribute to the central government. So if they want to say Kano is more populous or bigger than Lagos State, then Kano State has to contribute more, not get more from the central government. So it's reverse. You know what I mean? That's the way it's supposed to be. So if you say if you have more people and you have more land mass, then you have to contribute more to the central government, not take more from the central government. So that's the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the reverse of what
It is
obtains
now.
today. Yes, yes.
O-
So
Okay, let me ask you one question. I'm sure
okay,
you must have come because you are someone who is talking to books, like the gentleman I interviewed yesterday. And
right,
if you're talking to books, you must have seen this.
right,
In the 1950s
right,
and early 60s, very early 60s, Tafa
right,
Balewa used to call Obafemi Awolowo and Nnamdi Azikwe.
right.
He used to call them one name. Have you come across that name by any chance?
No, no, I've not.
He used to call them those school boys.
Okay.
And I think we probably acted like a school boy who just want to get whatever they can get at all costs. Because if not, they would not have formed a country in 1960s with the sense that they have.
Right,
Because when you travel to the north in those days, you will
right.
see automatically that the numbers of people in the north is far less than the numbers of people in the south.
That is correct. Yes, that
And
is
there's so
correct.
many things that measure this. You cannot come to us and say you have more people than us, but when we get to you to your area, we find less
Right.
people.
People. That is correct.
You
Yes.
cannot say you have more people in Winnipeg now in Canada than the numbers of people you have in Lagos,
Right.
because it's glaring that you have more
Right.
people in Lagos than more people in Winnipeg.
That is correct.
But at that time, we were so much probably against ourselves,
Right.
because if they had actually negotiated properly at that time, maybe it would
Right.
have been better for us. Agui Rossi would not have been able to come and say, "Oh, I'm changing everything, and everything has to come from the central."
That is correct. Yes.
And some people are still in Yoruba land today. Some people are still like that.
Yeah. Those are the misinformed people.
It's not misinformed. I think it's bad character. bad attitude,
You're right.
probably stupid attitude.
You are right.
When you vote somebody in Yoruba land, in Nigeria, to power,
Right.
to rule you,
Right.
to lead you, they
Right.
think they're there to be served.
That is correct. Yes.
If you look at Dino Melaye's video yesterday, or in the last 24 hours or 48 hours, he was showing off his house. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah. I saw. Well, I saw snippet of it. Yeah,
This
where
man
it
has
was.
more than 200 pairs of wristwatch. What are you doing with 200 pairs of wristwatch?
Yeah, that is what I call poverty mentality. When people are so poor, the only thing that makes them rich is materialism, and that's poverty mentality. It's expected in Nigeria. That's why in Nigeria you see some people they buy the same brand of cars, so they buy like Rolls Royce, they buy like 10 or 8, same car, and they paint in different colors. That's psychosis and poverty mentality. But they don't understand that they think that's wealth, but that is not wealth. That is just
Can I
psychosis.
annoy our women today? Do you know some of our women still do that? They buy nearly the same type of shoe. A shoe is a shoe, and they buy so many colors, and they call it too much.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's meant, a poverty mentality. In a country like Nigeria where people are extremely poor, people attach,
Importance to
importance
what you
to
have.
materialism. Yes. So and consumerism. So we are consumers. We don't produce anything, and that's who we are. So it's irresponsible, like you said. It's
Can I
ridiculous.
beg to disagree on that? That we don't produce anything. Can I beg to disagree? I think
Okay, go
our
ahead.
economy was actually bastardized
Right.
to favor them, and I can explain myself
Okay.
if you want me to explain myself.
Yeah, go
If
ahead.
you look back to the 1970s, if you
Right.
go to Apapa, if you go to
Right.
Osodi, if you go to
Right.
Onipan area, all those areas, Ilupeju area, all those areas are full of industries.
Okay.
We don't have enough electricity, yet they're exporting some of our electricity to another country.
Right.
Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Because it will actually cause problem for our economy in the long term, no
Right.
matter what we do. Because you will not be able to maintain your industries if what you're producing does not have, you don't have electricity to produce things.
Yeah. Uh, I don't understand that. I mean, I don't understand that. To me, okay, talking about electricity, right? The way I understand it is that in Nigeria, each region cannot generate its, I mean, yeah, generate its own electricity. It's only the central government that can generate electricity.
Look at that.
So I don't, I mean, really, I don't understand how Yoruba political elites agree to a lot of these things. It just doesn't, it just doesn't make any sense, right? So for you to have electricity, right, you have to generate, you have to transmit, and you have to distribute. Each region is supposed to be able to do that. Here, where in the United States where I live, like I said, in Howard County. My county generates its own electricity. You don't, it's not even the state, the county itself. It's like a local government generates its own electricity. So why can't Yoruba region generate its own electricity? I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't get it.
Let
And
me let me enlighten you or enlighten our viewers about this. I was speaking to one
okay,
of our daddies on Sunday, Papa Ajala,
okay,
and they said to me that, do you know there are so many dams in the Yoruba land that have
right,
gone obsolete because they will not fix it
yeah,
as a punishment to us
that
for
is correct.
developing too
Yes,
rapidly. This is a region that have television before France.
right,
This is a region that has the tallest building in the whole of Africa, in the 50s.
Right.
This is the region that when we're growing up, we have free health facilities.
Facilities, yeah. Yeah.
Remember, sometimes ago we have free education.
Yep, we do. Yeah, we actually did. Yeah, that's correct.
And some people bastardize it in our hand, and our
Right.
elite does not say anything. Does it make sense?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. For example, let me give you one example. This is the issue about security, right? So you have under the Nigerian so-called constitution, the constitution makes provision for the common law, which is enforced by the DSS and the Nigerian police, to Sharia, which is enforced by Hisbah, and also the customary law. Now, what our elders, the political elite, supposed to say in the Southwest, in the Yoruba region or Yoruba nation, is that the Amotekun will be the law enforcement agency that will enforce the Yoruba customary law. There shouldn't even be any argument about it, because Hisbah is enforcing Sharia in the north. Yeah. So what? But the problem we have, especially with the people in Yoruba land, is because we've been sold or been brainwashed with this Western system that we've neglected our own system, which is our own customary system. What we need to develop it, because when we develop it, we can use it to our advantage. And one of the advantages is that we can say, well, we can make our own laws. We can prosecute using the customary law and face the Nigerian common law. It's not, no, that's just British common law. It's not even, Nigeria doesn't have any law because Nigeria doesn't exist. You know what I mean? There's no Nigerian language. There's no Nigerian culture. There's no Nigerian history. So Nigeria does not exist. What exists are Yoruba nation, Igbo nation, Kanuri, Hausa Fula nation, which they call Arewa, and Ijo, all these different nations are what exists in Nigeria. Nigeria does not exist as an entity, in principle and in reality. It doesn't exist. So anyways, so we need our people, our kings, our obas, they need to come together and develop.
Where are
Yeah.
you? Mr. Ojo, where are you? Are you in this world? Our obas?
I mean, they have to. They will have, because their existence depends on it. So they need to understand that.
Wọ́n ti gba Saturday lọ́wọ́, wọ́n ti gbé Friday lé wọn lọ́wọ́.
But that's a bad omen. I mean, that it's gonna consume them. So they need to wake up. They need to develop the Yoruba customary law, and they need to develop Yoruba customary law and enforce it using Amotekun. That should be the argument. Amotekun is the law enforcement agent or agency for the Yoruba customary law, just as Hisbah enforces the Sharia law in the north. And we will have the power to prosecute, because it's a court system, it's a legal system. That's our legal system before the British imposed, or maybe before Nigeria embraced the British common law.
Can I ask you one question?
Sure.
The way we're doing things in the past,
Right.
how are we going to change it so that when we get Oduduwa Nation, we won't continue into that?
You mean we won't continue into what we're experiencing now inside Nigeria?
Yes.
Oh, that's easy. So I always tell people this. Our fundamental impediment in Oduduwa Nation is Nigeria itself. Because Nigeria is a colonial plantation. People need to understand that. It's a plantation. Once we can get rid of Nigeria, and we are in our own nation where we speak our own language, where we operate within our own, cosmology, mythology, epistemology, and philosophy, all of that will come back.
Yeah.
So I always tell people there's something called the sequential order in knowledge. How do you know? How does knowledge evolve? Knowledge evolved from people's environment because everything is very so we have our sets of mythology, and then we have our own set of epistemology, and we have our own set of philosophy. So all these things, once we get into our own nation, it will just, it will just happen
It
by
happened
default.
naturally.
Naturally, it will just happen naturally because we will be speaking our own language. That is not to say, because when I say that, people always think, oh, we're going to ban English or French or no. I'm of the opinion that the more languages one speaks, the better. But the language of instruction in Yoruba land has to be Yoruba. You learn better that way. When you speak your own language, you learn better. So just by learning about, just by making Yoruba our medium of instruction, naturally we'll get back to embracing, our cosmology, our mythology, and whatnot. Because people don't understand why mythology or why our own cosmology is very important. When we embrace it, first of all, Yoruba land, you know how many people want to come to Yoruba land from South America, from Cuba, from Puerto Rico, from Brazil, all these countries, people want to come to Yoruba land on holy pilgrimage. Just as some people go to Mecca today on holy pilgrimage, or Muslims go to Mecca on holy pilgrimage. They want to come to on holy, but they cannot come because Nigeria is not a conducive environment for them to come into Yoruba nation. There's no, they don't develop that, tourism for them, so they can come. So if we embrace, when we're in our own nation, these people can come, that will boost our GDP. So that's just tourism alone. And when it comes to what is it called? The movie industry. When you have your own mythology, you can draw from your mythology and make movies and write literature from your own mythology. But we don't have all of that now. So the money that we supposed to generate from that, we don't generate it. And that's one of the reasons why we poor. We poor because we don't know who we are. That's one of the reasons why we poor. The wealth of nation is not in our ground, it's in our minds. So we have to embrace our language, our mythology, our metaphysics, and our philosophy. And we combine all of that, to create our own reality. And all of that is natural now inside Nigeria. And that's one of the reasons why we're poor. And we will continue to be poor as long as we remain inside Nigeria. Location 9. So,
Okay. Can I say something to you? Someone just asked me. They sent it to me. I've just read it. They said,
okay.
I'm gonna use two scenarios. So
Okay.
you need to grab the two scenarios properly. The first scenario is, if you look at churches in Yoruba land today, the
Right.
church will be there, another one will be there, another one will be there, another one. Church is just springing up.
Right.
Two people are doing the church together now. After about 6
Right.
months, they said they don't want to do it together anymore. They want to go separate ways.
Right.
And they go separate ways. Look at the movie industry. Look
Right.
at how many skybox, all these internet boxes we have in Nigeria.
Right.
Look at how many you have in America. Look at how many we have in England.
Right.
Nigeria, the box, you even losing count of the numbers of boxes you have
Right.
to bring your television into your houses.
Right.
Are you telling me that 60 years, 80 years down the line, every state will not come up and say, I want to be a country?
Oh, no. It's so let me. If we're talking about the Odua nation, that will not happen. You know why it's not going to happen?
Yes?
Because one of the good things that Bishop Adayi Crowder did that was phenomenal was the fact that he standardized the Yoruba language. He was the one that developed the Yoruba orthography, and because of that standardization, the Yoruba people are monolithic. So we are not divided. So and then that's another reason why I was talking about mythology earlier. From our mythology and our history, we trace our lineage back to Ileife,
Yeah.
to the Oduduwa. I mean, not, some people might not agree with that, but I would say 95% of Yoruba agree to that, myth or history, right? So that's why mythology is very important. So we, fundamentally and predominantly we agree that we are from that lineage, and our language is, our language was standardized by Bishop Dari Crowder. So that's number. And the Yoruba identity, for the most part, was consolidated by the Old Oyo kingdom because, through conquest. So they've already consolidated that Yoruba identity. So Yoruba identity is already, consolidated. So we don't have to worry about, some states want to, establish their own nation. On what basis would they want to do that? We all speak the same language. We all have the same history. We all have the same descent. So I don't think that will happen. What will happen to me when we get Udua Nation, we have to sit down and say, what kind of system do you want to operate in? Do you want to operate on the presidential system like United States, where let's say the Yoruba Nation is divided into like 15 states or 16 states, and each state is independent as we have it. It's like a federal system as we have it in the United States. Or we can have a confederacy where we now set up a regional system. So where you have like the Oyo region, you have the Jesha region, you have the Egba region, and then we come together at the center. So that's possible. We can have, and that's why I tell people, I said, I don't support having regional autonomy inside Nigeria because it will not be optimized. But I support it if we have, in the context of Yoruba nation. If we have Odua nation, we can then set up a regional, system. So we can have two systems. We can debate about those two systems: regional system within the context of Odua nation, or the presidential. The presidential system, the federal system they have in the United States. I call it the United States model. Those are the two we should, debate about. And personally, I favor the United States system because, like I said, we have the same, language, the same descent, the same history, and whatnot. One thing I need to add real quick, right, is that there is most people don't understand history, and for the most part, they don't understand the pre-colonial history of Nigeria. The reason why I say Nigeria is a colonial plantation is that we are locked in a conspiracy, I'll say. Before in during the Berlin conference, the chairman of the Berlin conference was Bismarck, Otto von Bismarck, the gentleman from Germany. What he did was he introduced what I call the homogeneous model in Europe. So he consolidated the German-speaking people into one. He separated people that are not German-speaking because he understands that for you to have a nation, you have to have the dominant group. It has to be an existence of the dominant group. One of the fundamental problems in Nigeria is that you have three dominant groups. And that's why there's always conflict between the three. There's no dominant group. The United States has a dominant group. Even though the United States is a multiracial society, there's still a dominant racial group, and that's the white Anglo-Saxons. They are the dominant group in the United States, and that's why things work. So you have to have a dominant group within any society for the society to move forward. So anyways, Bismarck introduced the homogeneous system or model in Europe, and then they did the opposite, the Berlin conference in Africa. So what do I mean by ethnic twist? So they carved out all these different, for example, Yoruba people. You have some Yoruba people now in the Republic. You have some in Togo, and then you have, majority of Yoruba people in Nigeria. So they've organized us, right? And then they amalgamated us. And that's the heterogeneous part. A model where there's no dominant group. So what we need to do is to amalgamate ourselves in Nigeria, and then we'll introduce the ethno-linguistic homogeneous group as they have it in Europe. So in Europe you have Spain, everybody pretty much speaks Spanish. In France, everybody pretty much speaks, French. You have a dominant group there. You have dominant religion. So, but we don't have that in Nigeria, and that's one of the problems. But in Yoruba land, the reason why Yoruba land will work, the Odua nation will work, is because it's it's ethno-linguistic homogeneous, and so that's why it will work, and that's why Nigeria will never ever work because there's no dominant group in Nigeria, and it will never work. It's
Okay.
the yeah, the ideal model of a nation state is the ethno-linguistic homogeneous model, and that's pretty much it.
Okay. Nigeria will never, never, never work. So
It will never,
we
never
left
ever.
that. Because people don't even want to work on Nigeria anymore. They want to start working on Oduduwa Nation, which is very, very important. I want people to understand that. Oduduwa, Nigeria, the idea of Nigeria is dead. Yes, I know
No,
some
it's
people are still in Nigeria today clamoring for or saying about restructuring. And they
nah,
said they know the
nah,
reason why they're talking about restructuring, but we
no, no,
are not buying that idea.
no, no, because we no, because like I said, restructuring. What their idea? First of all, there are two ways that probably you can do restructure in Nigeria. You can restructure by using state as federating units, or you can restructure by using regions as federating units. When they restructure, if they ever do it in Nigeria, it will be restructuring based on state acting as federating units. That is not what we want because Kano will still be getting more from the what is it allocation account than Lagos than Ibadan. Think about it, right? The whole of the Odua nation now region only gets like $4 billion annually from the revenue allocation account. What are you gonna do? The Yoruba region has population of maybe like 60 million people. Imagine expending $4 billion annually on 60 million people. I mean, that's the amount that a university in America expends on maybe a population of 15,000 students. Harvard University endowment annually is even probably more than $4 billion, and that's just a university. So now imagine a region, a nation of people, 60 million strong, receiving $4 billion from the central government. What can they do with $4 billion? So that's why the Yoruba nation is poor. We poor because we locked into a plantation, which are called location now. So yeah, it will never work. I mean, they need to forget about restructuring or Nigeria is going to get better. It's going to keep getting worse and worse and worse because it's not only criminals and suffer heads love Nigeria. Only criminals and suffer heads love one Nigeria. It doesn't exist. We should even talk about it. We should focus on the Udua nation. We should put all our resources on the Udua nation, and we will get it. It's not we will get the Udua nation. So
That's
they
bound
need
to
to,
happen. No, nobody's going to stop
yeah.
that anyway, because it's too
Nobody's
late
gonna
not to
stop
get
it.
it.
It's too late not to get it. Only criminals love one Nigeria. That's it.
For those few people that have these children of Oduduwa, right, and they're trying to
Right.
block the Oduduwa nation from materializing, what
Right.
do you think we should do to them when we get them? When we get there, as a warning to them, so that they know they're gonna be in trouble if you don't support the good cause.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, I would say it because I don't really care. To me, I think some of those people, if we can't get them, we need to get some of their relatives. If we can get their addresses where they live, we need to send a message to them. We need to drop some of them. I mean, that's the That's the metaphor I can use. We need to drop some of them and send message. Listen, this thing we're not going to get it by non-violence. Some people that are talking about non-violence, it's never going to happen. We need to, we have to introduce some organized violence into this thing. These people live amongst us. We need to send them a message. Listen, here in the United States, there are people that are do-gooders. They do good. People still want to drop them. Still want to kill them. How much less people that are bad people? So when people are bad, to me they're like cancer. We have to take them out. You don't let cancer metastasize. Because if you let cancer metastasize, it will end up killing you. So you have to eliminate cancer before it kills you. So these Yoruba people, no, seriously, these Yoruba people that are against the actualization of the Odua nation, some of them needs to be eliminated. And I mean that, with every fiber of my skin. Like some of them, if we can get to them, we need to get people that are close to them to send a message. That is the way. Listen, one of the reasons why you live in England, one of the reasons why the Europeans, the Westerners, are on top today is not because of intelligence or anything. For the most part, it's because of violence. They are a violent group. And I mean, I'm not really advocating for violence, but it's a last resort. But if you have Yoruba people that are against Yoruba interests or the actualization of Odua nation, we need to, those people are cancer and we have to eliminate them. That's it. We have to find a way to eliminate them.
Okay. The reason I brought this up because someone asked me and said, what about all these people? Why don't we send a message to them that if you don't support it now and we get it, you're going to be in serious trouble. We need to start sending them this message. Forget about everything else. We're going to get it.
Right.
But if you get it and you're one of those people that is not supporting it currently, and you never support it until we get it, or you try to start supporting it when you know that there's no way back again, we're still going to come for you when we get it.
Right.
We're going to charge you for something. We're going to find something to charge you for.
Right. I mean, those people, the people that we need to focus on are really the elites because those are the ones that have the power to derail, our movement. Yeah, the common people on the street, they follow us. They will follow. We just have to lead, and we have to keep pushing our content, and we have to keep educating them. Eventually, they will follow. But the people that will derail our movement are the elites, and that's what I'm saying. Some elites will be able to convince, but there are some elites, some Yoruba elites, they benefit from this parasitic system. Yeah, from location line, they benefit. So they will never support us because they benefit from it. Even though they will benefit more in the Odua nation, but they don't want that because they are myopic. These are not people who are larojinle. See, but and people when they have poverty mentality, they all they think about is the present moment, So they love instant gratification and they are myopic. So some of them will be able to convince them, some will not be able to convince them. But the people that are actually actively working to derail our movement, the way we send them a message is by eliminating some of them, like attacking some of the interests. So that's the only way we can send a message. That's the only language they understand. So to me, that would be the best way to send a message. Ordinary people, we just have to educate them. The ones we can educate, we just lead and they follow us. The elites that are working actively to derail our system, if we can win them to our side, we attack their interests, one way or the other.
Okay, we have some pastors, we have some imams, we have some big people, pastors that are big, massive church, and they are thriving from the corrupt in Nigeria at the moment, and they're not supporting this cause. We will run for them. We will get them. We will look for them when we get here finally, and we will get them, and they have to pay for it. I'm sadly warning now. if you are an Odudua child and you're against this cause, you're not getting your bump together on this cause, you're not fighting this cause with us, when we get there, when we get there, it's not whether we're going to get there. We're going to get there. If you're against us now, and you have the power to be for us, yes, some people cannot be for us at this moment because of their circumstances. But
That's correct,
if you have the power to be for us now, and you're against us, you don't have any interest in what we're doing, bro, let me tell you this. When we get there, we will bring out a Lord that will crucify you.
Definitely.
And if it cannot get to you, your family needs to start warning you now. They need to start blowing the trumpet loud enough now, so that we hear them saying to you that they're not in support of the bastard thing that you're doing.
Right.
Then we will see that they've done their part.
Right.
But if they haven't done their part now, and we get there, and you escape, we will get your family. We get your interest. And not only in Nigeria, not only in Yoruba land, anywhere that we can bring up a law that we attack your interest anywhere in the world that we can actually be able to do it legally, we will get it.
That is
for
correct.
your own interest now, this is a turning point for you. The deadline is the 1st of October. If you're not for us by the 1st of October, it means you're against us. And if you're against us by the 1st of October, be rest assured we're coming for you. When we get there.
Right.
And it's not a matter of whether we're going to get there. We're definitely going to get there. Nothing is going to stop this.
That is correct.
You know
that is
song?
correct.
You know that song?
Which
nothing,
song?
Nothing is going to stop us now.
Oh, there's no stopping us.
There's no stopping us. Nothing is going to stop us. We're going to get there. So let me get back to Mr. Oyebisi. Thank you very much for staying with us. You haven't been out of Nigeria for too long. Maybe I would say about 20-something years, 25 years actually. 25. Have you forgotten about Yoruba completely? Or do you speak Yoruba?
Most of Yoruba.
So to my friend, is the
òwe ńlá nìyẹn mi ò mọ̀wé yẹn o òwe ńlá nìyẹn o.
kò wá kí n ṣòwe o ṣe mọ̀ pé ọ̀tọ̀ ní òwe ọ̀tọ̀ ní ẹṣin ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ làṣàyàn ọ̀rọ̀.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
tó yẹ yín ṣòkòtò tí ó wọ̀ di ọ̀kẹ́rẹ́ lẹ́fẹ̀ẹ́ gbé wọ irin. It's just an analysis. You understand?
Oh.
So I think we're going to open the line for people that want to call us. If there's anybody that wants to ask us any question, I don't think they should ask us question anyway, because I think we've been very, very civil in everything we're discussing. And I believe, if I'm right, but sometimes you never can be right. You never can be right. So if I'm right, I believe we've probably covered everything they need to know in reality. But still, some people might still want to ask one or two questions. The lines is now open. The number to call is +44 734 123 4560. That's +44 734 123 4560. And it's WhatsApp only, please. Call that number and you can speak to my guest in the studio. Today I have a gentleman who I presume to be a soft-spoken person before, but until we get into the nitty-gritty of the conversation, I find out he has so much to offer. Thank you very much for coming with us, Mr. Oyebisi. So you are from Ede. What message do you have for your king that said he's an emir now instead of Oba?
No, that's not Ede's Oba. That's
I just want to make sure you are awake.
No.
But they're not far from one another. So I just want to make sure you are awake.
No.
So you haven't completely lost touch with the land. When was
No.
you went to Nigeria?
Last time I went, well, since I've been, I only went back once.
Okay, okay,
Uh,
understandable. Maybe we should
yeah,
leave that side and focus on what we're discussing. So, what advice do you have for some of our elders now that are clamoring for what we are clamoring for? And there's a little bit of misunderstanding between them. I'm not talking about internal misunderstanding. I'm talking
right,
about party to party. I'm not talking about misunderstanding within the party because that's bound to happen. When you try to
right,
clean a party clean, when you
right.
try to clean an organization clean, there's bound to be
Okay,
some rift,
right,
which is understandable, right?
right,
When you try
right,
to go forward in
right,
a positive way, sometimes in an organization, there's bound to be some few scuffle here and there. That's
right,
understandable. That is normal. You cannot do without that. The one I'm talking
right.
about is that the one that's against this organization is against that organization, or that organization is against that organization. What advice do you have for them?
Well, the advice I have for them is that first of all, they need to put their personal interest to the side, and then they have to have their eyes on the prize, and the prize is the actualization of Odua nation. Whatever they've lost inside Nigeria, they will regain in the Odua nation. So they need to put their personal interest to the side. And this is not really about them. It's about the kids, grandkids, and generation yet unborn. So this is for Yoruba people. So they need to transcend their ego. I know, we're men, and people, or even people in general, men and women, we all have egos. We need to put that aside. Somehow we need to transcend that, and we have to work together. It is through unity that we can actualize the Odua nation. We can, because we are working toward the same goal. So I don't understand why people can't just get along and and unify under one umbrella, and and just work towards the goal. As far as I'm concerned, I'm ready to do that. Even though we have different different branches, people are doing different things. But at the end of the day, we are working towards actualization of the Yoruba nation. So to me, that's what we need to focus on. So yeah, so my advice to them is that put aside your personal interest, your ego, and let's work towards the actualization of the Yoruba nation, because it's not for us, really. It's not for them. It's for the coming generations. So let's do it.
Okay, thank you very much for that. I think we're
Welcome.
getting there. I've just pinned the number, even though it might have come a bit late, but I've pinned the number now for anybody that wants to ask my question, my guest, any question that might be of any interest to what we're doing. There's some question I don't want you to ask. One thing I want to assure people is that the fight is of the Lord. It's not our fight.
That's correct.
And when I went through some few things, let's spread the gospel to all Yoruba nation, regardless political affiliation. Yes, we shall get there. Yes, the elites like it or not. Yes, well done. Forward ever on Odudua. Invite your friends and friends to join the broadcast. Well done, Baba. Oh wow, Odudua nation is our own. Okay, so the phone line is now open. If you want to ask any question, the good thing about it is that the fight is of the Lord. I want you to be rest assured, right? I think in my own village, in Abeokuta, we're making some robot already that's gonna fight for us, right? It might be, yes, we're making some robots that will do the fighting because we don't want to lose any soul. So we will use robots to fight
That's powerful.
in my own
That's
village. I won't tell you
that's
my
powerful.
village, but there is work going on the ground that the robots have been assembled in mass quantity, right?
That is
And
powerful.
each 4 robots can take on 1,000 soldiers
That's
and still
powerful.
conquer it.
That's powerful.
So be rest assured, you must have seen this robot on the telly, on the sci-fi telly, that they were fighting, Rogue Robot or something like that. Yeah, they were fighting in an American movie. We're actually actualizing it in Yoruba land as well. So be rest assured, uh, we're gonna win this battle,
Yeah.
no matter what happens. It's a
Right.
must. We're gonna win it. So, Mr. Ojo Oyebisi, I want to really appreciate you for what you've done for us today by coming on the show with us. Even though I promised you an hour, we have kept you over an hour, but it's not a problem.
No,
So
that's fine.
anything for Oduduwa
No, it's
Nation,
fine.
you don't
Yeah,
mind,
it's
yeah?
fine. I
So
don't mind after.
in
After.
America, where you are,
Okay.
is the clamoring for this self-determination? Is it happening like the way it's happening in England, or the people in England is the one fronting it?
Yeah, I mean, I think the people in England, they are the one, they are the one really into it. They are the one fronting it. The people in America are getting into it. Um, we, have our own organization, which I'm not going to mention right now. We are, reaching out to the grassroots, to some Nigerians on the ground here in the United States, and then, we're preaching the gospel for them to join you guys. Heritage TV, Quickie Media, and some other groups. So, but you know, um, it's not as aggressive as you guys are pursuing in England. So definitely, you guys are in the forefront of it. But people are waking up here as well.
Okay,
It's just
I'm gonna
it's
promise you
difficult.
something online now. Within the next two
Okay.
months, there will be Heritage Television in America in conjunction with Koiki Media. We will have
Oh,
something like this in America so that it can serve the purpose and sensitize
right,
people more. Because when you're
right.
close to the organization that sensitizing you, it's easier to do it more than when we're too far from you. So I'm giving you my word now. Within the next 2 months, we put something together for the people in America to have something exactly like this in
That would be
America,
great. I mean,
so that will do the job for us there, because we want it to go further than how it's going now. It went a
right,
little bit quiet in the last month or so, but it's not quiet anymore from yesterday or the other day, because
right,
we're here now to fight it to the end, and
right,
it's
right,
no stopping us now, right? I
right,
want to say a very
right.
big thank you for coming on the show today. Listen, gentlemen, if you still want your Oduduwa t-shirt, the mug and the keyring, we planned to start production last week, but unfortunately we haven't actually started that. So we will start production sometime before the end of this week. Maybe the first one will roll out from the process plant on Friday. So the program I'm having on Friday, I will bring one here that you can see and see how it is. Can I give you a sneak preview about it? You know the stars on the flag? The stars on the flag. It's going to be a real stone. It's not going to be printed. It will be stones. A golden stone, the stones. That is the kind of t-shirt we're doing for you guys. It's just not just print shirt. No, that is not. Oduduwa is bigger than that. So the stars is going to be real stones. So you can imagine what it's going to be like. You understand? So Heritage doesn't do things softly. We do things on a higher scale. So believe me, by Friday, I will have it here, and I will put the camera on the stone so that you can see the stone, and I will make sure I twist it so that I can actually see the dazzling from the stone. It won't just be a round stone. It will be a star, because those things are stars. They're not just stones, right? And it won't be a white one. It will be the rose gold, because it's rose gold we have. That is why it takes a little bit longer, because we have to order those stars to come to our own specification. That is why it's taking a little bit long. So for $14.99, you're gonna get the t-shirt, the mug, and the keyring. Even though the keyring, between me and you, the keyring is free. Whether you buy the t-shirt and the mug or you don't buy it, you're still gonna get the keyring anyway. Because on the day, I'm not sure if this sister want to call into the program. Sister Abigail, are you calling into the program by any chance? If yes, I can put it to speaker. If no, you have to put it down now. Are you calling into the program? Okay, I thought as much. She did. I don't think she realized I'm on the show, so that is why she called at this time. And I managed to drive her. But she will be on the hot seat tomorrow. She will be doing an interview for us tomorrow. We're gonna be working together, because that woman, she's very powerful, and she do a lot of things for me. Okay, I have a caller for you. Caller, your name and where you're calling from, please.
this is a cookie from Florida.
Thank you.
From Florida.
Thank you, Mr. Adegoke from Florida. Your question for my guest, yeah?
Yes, sir. I've been watching the program for a while. I just wanted to ask you, as somebody that's been in the diaspora, America especially, for as long as he has been, like I have, I've been here for over 20 years as well.
Yeah.
There seems to be a disconnect between we in the diaspora and people back home.
Yeah.
When talking about the Dual Republic. I mean, on most issues, religious, culture, we have those differences. And my concern is that difference, that difference in opinion and the way of seeing things might hinder the progress of what we all want. So as him being in the diaspora and him being a strong advocate for the Dual Republic, how does he think that we can bridge that gap? Because at the end of the day, if we have an Dual Republic and people start going back home, you might have that clash of, of mentality and orientation in, nation building. So how can we bridge that gap to the point where we don't have those kind of issues moving forward? Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Did you get a question, sir?
Yes,
Okay, thank you very much,
did.
sir. You can listen to the answer on your set here. Go ahead, answer it. And when you
So,
finish, I'll do justice.
yeah, to me, I think the reason why there's a disconnect between the people that live in the West and people that live, in Nigeria is because of the educational system in Nigeria. The educational system in Nigeria is what I call Mongo Park educational system. It's not geared towards learning anything substantive. It's just geared towards, job creation and things of that nature. So, and living in the West, we have more information than people that live in Nigeria because information is very expensive in Nigeria. Some people don't even have cell phones. Some people they don't have Wi-Fi. So all these things we have for free here. So one of the ways we can bridge that is to create more content, and is to write books, create content, have people, on the ground. I like what Quake Media is doing, reaching out to people in the, grassroots, by funding them. We have organizations here in the state that fund some of the programs on the ground in Nigeria. So those are the ways that I think we can bridge the gap, is by creating more content and reaching out to people on the ground in Nigeria, and also connect with like-minded people in Nigeria. We have, like-minded people in Nigeria that, Koiki Media and some other organizations, and our organization, we work with them in Nigeria, we fund them, and then, we create that synergy between the two groups. To me, I just think we need more information, like Heritage TV. It's one of the ways that we can, reach grassroots. If we can also set up like a radio station, that will go a long way, because, like I said, it's very expensive for people to buy data in Nigeria. Data is expensive, so they don't have access to information. So if we can come up with a system where they don't have to access data now to receive information, like maybe a radio station or whatnot, that will be another way to bridge the gap. But creating content, reaching out to people, on the ground, and then funding some of the grassroots, separatist group. Those are like the ways that I think we can bridge the gap.
Okay, thank you very much for that. One thing that we're trying to do as well is I like what Koiki Media is doing, and Odudua TV
Right.
as well, and Crystal African TV as well. I like what they were doing. They're actually fighting tooth and nail back home. We have another caller quickly. I think the gentleman called back again. Sir, you want to ask more questions?
Yeah, this is Louis calling back again.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Just a contribution this time on my own, not a question necessarily.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I heard your guest talked about presidential system. I would much favor a parliamentary form of government, like the British style, because I'm an Igbaman, and I don't want to start competing with these old people. I didn't mention names. So, let's have our own. Because Egba itself is a nation on its own. Well, it's called Egba Nation.
Yes.
So if left to me, I prefer for Egba people to be on their own, to have our own country. I gotta be honest with you.
Okay.
So,
are you the Egbas? Are you so fearful of the Owu that it takes you to come on a national TV and complain about it?
Let's not put our little fight in public for today. Let's just leave that for a different day. Let's not put the Owu,
Because when you start talking about Owu, Totoro Road is very wide. It's probably one of the widest road in Abeokuta around the Owu area.
It's fine.
All the roads in the Owu area are very wide because we don't take nonsense. Owu people don't take nonsense.
I believe that a parliamentary system of government would be more effective. I mean, at the initial stage.
Okay. I think what we do is when because you're in America, what we're gonna do is that maybe one of the first show in America will be we have a roundtable discussion in which we have about 3, 4, 5 people on a roundtable and we hire on this one out. So I will reach out to you.
I've been, there was a time you were trying to get me to do some shows, but because of the distance, it's a very different country. I mean, we can start off with a Zoom or something, but I don't see us meeting up anytime soon.
Okay, this gentleman I'm having today is in America as well.
Okay.
And he works fantastically for us. So don't worry, when we finish the show, I'll give you a bell and then we talk better on it, yeah?
Okay.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. I have
Can
another
I
caller
can I?
from you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I have another caller that I missed the call, so I'm just going to try and bring him in, yeah?
Okay.
And this is proper African dress, yeah?
Hello?
Hello, caller. Your name, where you're calling from, and fire on with your question.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm calling in state,
Yeah.
but I would like to announce because of my name. That's it.
The line is a bit cracky though, yeah? I think I lost you. I think it might be better to call you back directly. I'm going to call you back direct, yeah? Is that okay? We're having a serious issue with that communication there. So instead of using WhatsApp, I'm going to call the gentleman back directly so we can have a proper conversation. Because sometimes proper conversation in a program like this is very important. Let's see what Uncle Astu had for us. Good news.
Hello.
Hello, sir. I think you're trying to have a conversation with us on Heritage Television.
Yes, sir. Is this Heritage TV?
That's correct, sir. Go ahead now.
All right. Yeah, I said I'm calling from Washington State,
Thank
but
you.
I would like to be anonymous for my name, if that's okay.
That's okay, sir. That's okay, yeah.
All right, thank you so much. Actually, I'm from Ondo town,
Yes, sir.
but I must be honest with you guys. I would like to contribute in my own Oduduwa language.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. That's even more better.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Mo kí bàbá wa tí wọ́n ti ń fohùn ràn wá lọ́wọ́ láti nǹkan.
Adúpẹ́, sir.
Ẹ ṣé lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀. Ẹ ṣé fún àkókò yìí. Torí ẹni tó bá wà ní òyìnbó ló máa máa pé àkókò gangan òun ní ìgbésí ayé wa wí báyìí.
Yes, sir.
So ẹni tí ó sọ pé òun fẹ́ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ ní wákàtí kan tí olóòtú dẹ̀ sọ fún yín pé wákàtí kan ti tó ẹ̀dẹ̀ tó sọ pé àkósí wàhálà ẹ rí pé ara iṣẹ́ ẹni tá à ń pè ní ọmọlúwàbí nìyẹn tí mo mọ̀ tí yóò bá value system wa nìyẹn ẹ ṣé o. Ìbéèrè mi kò pọ̀ bíi méjì ní sà. Mo ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ olóòtú àti àlejò wa tòní. Ìbéèrè àkọ́kọ́ ni pé pẹ̀lú bí nǹkan ṣe rí lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí mo ṣàkíyèsí pé petition àti poll tanika sign yìí ó lè má yí èmi dáadáa. Wọ́n ní pé ó fẹ́ tojú sú ni ó ti pọ̀ jù. Wọ́n ní kárí àpò yíyẹniyẹn ìtọ́ta àgbà ti tọ̀ sójú kan kì í hó.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, sir.
Ṣé kò ṣeé ṣe kẹ́yìn bàbá wa kẹ́ ẹ pé because mo rí pé gbàtẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn náà sọ tiwọn gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọlúwàbí sẹ́mà ká bá ní sọ̀rọ̀ ó kà tí gbọ́ wọ́n bá àwọn èèyàn wọn olórí wọn wọ́n bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ níwọ̀nba tiwọn pé ẹ wá ẹ ká ṣe báyìí ẹ ká parapọ̀ ẹ má jẹ́ kí lójú tèmi mo rò pé ṣé kìí ṣe pé a fẹ́ máa yẹ̀yẹ́ ara wa báyìí ṣé kìí ṣe pé a fẹ́ máa yẹ̀yẹ́ ara wa ẹ jẹ́ kí pọ́ọ̀lù kó wà lójú kan káwọn èèyàn wọn kán gbà fúnra wọn mo sì ṣàkíyèsí pé Yorùbá ló ní ìmọ̀ jù lójú mi ò kó ìran tó kù mi ò kó wọn sọ́nù ṣùgbọ́n ibi tá a ti bí èmi ó dàbẹ̀ pé mo wò ó lọ́mọ ìfúngan l'Amẹ́ríkà ó wò ó lọ́mọ wò ó bọ̀ Yorùbá mo gbóṣùbà kárí kí ló wá dé tá a wà tó wà lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n sọ pé ìpè àwòlẹ̀ ń jà àwọn kan àwa ò ṣe sọ pé ìpè ò ní jà wa láti ẹ̀kọ́ pé ní ìjọ sókun kan ká ìkọ́rẹ́jì wa náà ẹlẹ́lẹ́ẹ̀kejì ìbéèrè mi ni wípé àwọn bàbá wa lóòtú sọ kíní kan lẹ́ẹ̀kan ó dẹ̀ mú ìwúrí fún mi wọ́n á wò ó pé ṣé kìí ṣe pé bàbá wa ìfẹ́ jẹ́ olùmọ̀tara ẹni nìkan báyìí torí èmi tí mo wá látòjú wa àti ìkírètì rọ́bọ̀tì so báwo ni rọ́bọ̀tì ṣe máa kárí gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ má lè ká dá ṣe ẹjọ́ àti wípé ṣé dandan ni ibẹ̀ ni ìbéèrè ilé tí wá jáde ṣé dandan ni ká fogun ká fi pa àjàngbara yẹn ṣé kò ṣeé ṣe láì fi pé ẹ̀mí ẹnì kankan bọ́ sí ni ẹ ṣe sá.
ṣé kí n jẹ́ kí àlejò wa kọ́kọ́ dá sí ni àbí kémi dá sí direct nítorí pé mo ní àṣà fún nǹkan tẹ́ béèrè.
ẹni tó bá ti dá ẹni méjì ìdílé bá ṣe rí sí ni inú mi á dùn.
ok ẹ̀yin máa gbọ́ lọ lórí iṣẹ́ tí ẹ jẹ́ kí n kọ́ tí yín ọ̀fun báyìí kẹ́ máa gbọ́ lọ lórí iṣẹ́ tí ok ẹ ṣe sá ẹ ṣe alàgbà Ojo Oyebisi ṣé kí n bẹ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ yín ni àbí kí n ṣe justice.
ẹ ṣe justice.
Number one màá sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ìmọ̀tara ẹni nìkan yẹn pé àwa tá a wá láti ibi tí mo ti wá tí ọkùn gòkè ń sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn bóyá àwa tá a wá láti bẹ̀ bóyá a fẹ́ ṣe ìmọ̀tara ẹni nìkan a máa lo kíní kan tó ń pè ní kánòkò so àti fi ránṣẹ́ sí Oǹdó ò ní ṣe problem àfi kánòkò fi ránṣẹ́ sí ní Oǹdó so ìyẹn ò ń ṣe problem sà so àwọn nǹkan tí àwọn bàbá wa fún wa tá a fẹ́ dànù tí ò yẹ ká dànù yẹn a lè máa lò dáadáa ẹni tó bá fẹ́ mọ bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn ẹ má wọrí nípa yẹn ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì poll yẹn àti petition yẹn they go hand in hand the only thing tí mi support ni pé ká ní petition or poll jọ rẹpẹtẹ ìyẹn ni ò dá nítorí pé ibi tá a fẹ́ dé gbogbo àní débẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n one poll one petition I believe is a very good system and I really thank my brother who set up those things that he has done a good job and is still doing a good job and he's a warrior. Koiki Media is a warrior and he's a warrior. I can't fault him in any way and I wish all of us can be a warrior like that. Maybe because I'm an old man, I don't know. But be rest assured that it's a good thing that we have both the poll and the petition going hand in hand. But I know the people that come from Akoko as well doesn't want Ondo State alone. They want robot in Akoko. Don't worry, you will get robot every part of Yoruba land that we need the robot to fight in. Thank you very much, sir. Do you want to add anything to it, sir?
Yes. Okay. So mo ṣe rí ni pé poll pẹ̀lú kí ni ìkejì poll àti petition àwọn méjèèjì yẹn ìyẹn ni ways ta fi lè legitimize it in a non-violent way so but mo agree pẹ̀lú yín pé kò yẹ kí a ní different polls tó yẹ pé àwọn èèyàn máa lose essence of what the poll is actually about. So, but that's a good way because tá bá lọ sí international community and like the UN, a lè present wọn ẹ wo poll yẹ o petition yẹ o àwọn èèyàn wa wọ́n ti ready láti fi ìlú Nàìjíríà sílẹ̀ so a máa ní nǹkan tá máa fi báàkì nǹkan tá à ń sọ up as far as the kí ni robot ẹ̀yìn sọ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá nìkan náà ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Àwọn tó ń sọ mo gbọ́ pé wọ́n ní Tinubu lọ sí Ondo State ó sọ pé àwọn Ondo kan àwọn kan wọ́n ní different dialects ipe so bàtọ́ ní different dialects yẹn sìn so ṣáwọn ẹ̀ náà máa ní nation tí wọ́n ní kò ń ṣe ẹni tó máa ń sọ nǹkan báyẹn bàbá Tinubu ara wa ni bàbá yẹn wọ́n understand nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ but because of his personal ambition ló fi ń sọ gbogbo nǹkan tó ń sọ yẹn wọn ò lè sọ pé àwọn ò mọ difference between a dialect and a language. There's only one Yoruba language. The other things tá a ní ìyẹn àwọn ẹni dialect. So we have dialectical variants of Yoruba language. Mo ṣe sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ Bishop Ayukrada ó ti standardize Yoruba language. Tẹ́ bá lọ sí school tẹ́ bá kọ́ Yoruba standard Yoruba language lẹ́ máa kọ́. It's the same thing with Arabic. You have standard Arabic and you have Quranic Arabic. So you have dialectical variations of Yoruba language, but there's only one Yoruba language. So we are one. The gentleman tó ń sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn pé àwọn favour parliamentary system because he wants àwọn ìgbà láti mú region ara wọn. Fine. Nǹkan tí mo sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn pé we can either establish a presidential system like they have in the United States, or we can have a parliamentary system as they have in England. That works fine as well. Because the thing is, most people too much black people in Africa actually need too much ego. Ẹlòmíì àti máa gbé history pé gbogbo akọ̀làwà tó lọ Odùduwà àwọn Ìjẹ̀bú kan wá láti ibi. No, why you think about unify yín positively? Why tẹ̀ ṣe fẹ́ tún dismantle yẹn? Yeah, the fact that we are all from Odùduwà, ó ti consolidate identity yẹn. Which is positive. It's not something that's negative. When something is positive, you have to align behind it. What I mean, when you say, Europeans want to pay, Europeans trace lineage want to go civilization want to Greece. And the real Europeans pay as of our ancestors they are not Greeks. Why? Because that Greek mythology, Greek civilization, will elevate our today. So when something elevates you, you stand behind it. Even if it's not 100% historical accurate. As long as it elevates you, you rally behind it. And mistake that man. So to his question, yeah, we can have parliamentary system of government. Because I want, like I said, because I want to do a man ego, our mouthpiece. Some of us are Larojinle because Larojinle báwa ni kò yẹ ká ní problem. Yoruba people, we are one. So àlè máa sọ pé history kan lèmi àti lọ gbé history ní ìwà lèmi àti pé àwọn Ọ̀yọ́ nìkan ní Yorùbá Ẹ̀gbá yàtọ̀ gbogbo yẹn a trace lineage wa directly to Odùduwà. That history, that mythology will elevate wa ni kò diminish wa. So we have to, rally behind it. So we have the same culture, we have commonality of culture. The Ọba ni wọ́n wà ní Ẹ̀gbá, Ọba náà ní Ẹ̀gbá, Ọba náà ní Ọ̀yọ́, Ọba náà ní Ọ̀ṣun. We have the same culture, we eat the same food, and we speak the same language. The language is standardized. So let's not get distracted by language and all these, Yeah, Yoruba civilization state. You have the civilization to Ọ̀yọ́, and civilization àwọn Ẹ̀gbá wà. Civilization àwọn bíi àwọn Ìjẹ̀ṣà gbogbo wà. But at the same time, we can trace all of this civilization back to ní Ilé-Ifẹ̀. That's a fantastic history and origin. So we need to rally behind that. Yeah, about my parliamentary system, I'm all for it. So, but we shouldn't let that divide us.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, Mama Sari touchy one thing that I actually miss from the conversation earlier on. Níbi tí wọ́n ti ní pé ṣó ṣeé ṣe láì jẹ́ pé ogun ṣẹlẹ̀ ni. Ìgbà míì èèyàn ò fẹ́ ogun ṣùgbọ́n kò sí ẹni tó fẹ́ gba freedom lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́. Mi ò rò pé a lè rí freedom gbà láì jẹ́ pé lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ on the platter of gold, right? Nítorí pé téèyàn bá mú yàn kan as mugun tẹ́tẹ́lẹ̀ ìyọ́ tẹ́ni yẹn bá lóun ò ṣe mugun mọ́ ẹni tó mú mugun yẹn kò ní gbà náà kò fẹ́ lọ lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ lófo ó máa fẹ́ yarí náà ni. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, ogun, we trying to avoid war. We want to avoid war at all cost. But ṣé ó máa possible pẹ̀lú àwọn tó sápamọ́ nínú bó káàkiri About don't feel so possible ni. I don't know whether it's possible or it's not possible, but we will try as much as possible to avoid war or go for minimal casualty. That is what we're praying for, and that is what we want. I don't think there's no way, there's no two words to it. Even going, wanting power.
Yeah. Jay, can I quickly add to that?
Go ahead, sir.
Hey, Sherry, some of our people in Odua land, one mistake on Shinipe, they have a one-dimensional view of reality. Àwọn rò pé báwọn bínú àwọn ṣe rí náà fi ń ro nǹkan wọn rò pé aláwọn enemies. Ẹgẹ́ ẹ̀sìn kan náà ń sọ because ẹlòmíì máa sọ pé wọ́n fẹ́ wà nínú Yorùbá nínú Nàìjíríà ń sìn reason máa give àwọn give pé okay one nation. The bigger the better and stuff like that. Yeah, ìwọ nǹkan tí wọ́n rí nínú ọkàn ìlú sọ yẹn àwọn èèyàn tẹ́ ń bá deal àwọn èèyàn ò rí níbẹ̀. Nǹkan táwọn mọ́sùpù mọ̀ ni pé àwọn the Fulani originally their great grandparents were not even African. These people, most of them are talks. Ṣé bá rí picture El Kanemi or Kanuri, it looks just like someone from Libya, an Arab, Shua Arab. In Samuel Johnson sọ pé ó take it 4 generations nílọrin he's Alimi quote after Alimi ó take 4 generations kan tó take complexion àwọn èèyàn dúdú so that means èmi làwọn ọ̀pọ̀nà folio those people are now talks that's why even the Fula today they look different so they don't even see themselves as pure African and that's the attitude so you may love everybody but they don't love you. So, they're taking war to you. Even though you don't want to engage in any war, but your enemies want to fight you. So what are you going to do? I'm not defending around. But they are mistaken. And the mistake they're making is advantage only in the 17th, 18th century is the cavalry. They had the advantage of cavalry, the horses, which walked in the plains ní ilẹ̀ àwọn Haúsá wọ́n fi kọ́kàn Haúsá nìyẹn advantage dáwà nílé pé we live in the tropics àwọn ẹṣin wọn àwọn cavalry wọn lè function properly in our region and then we're able to get guns so if they think 18th century 19th century is today they are seriously mistaken because our Yorùbá we are more smart. We can produce weapons and we can get guns. So what they see us around say 18th century don't conquer Hausa land. The same thing normal repeat like I need normal bring us to seriously. Because the war is not for with us today. The wars are for with intelligence. And we have the water, we can import weapons to our port, and we have Yoruba people all over the world. They don't have that advantage. Our language all over the world. In Soviet Union, in Russia, you have the United States, you have all over the world that are in different positions. In U.S. Navy that can assist us when this thing happens. So they're seriously mistaken. I'm telling this message to them for them to humble themselves and not think today, 18th century or 17th century, follow over outside state. It's not going to happen today. Whatever they acquire inside our outside take it on money, on logic. If they can engage us in any war, so they'll be defeated. That's what I have to say.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That is very, very true. And the issue there is that so many people doesn't know that war is not fight with guns and things anymore. 100%. Wars are not fight with guns only anymore. I want to tell them that because when it happens, this is another secret. I can guarantee you that most of the machines they made of the war machine that they think they're going to use will fail them because we will attack it all. We'll give them something called cyber attack. So there needs to be one about this. If they don't know, Yoruba people are very clever. Baba sọ fún wa ní ìjẹta láì ìjẹta pé sometimes last week pé adùbúlẹ̀jà ní Yorùbá. Adùbúlẹ̀jà. Ẹni tó bá fẹ́ dùbúlẹ̀jà wàhálà ni.
Wàhálà ni, yes.
Àwọn Yorùbá náà ló sọ pé ẹ bẹ̀rù ẹni tó ń tẹ̀yìn tọ̀. Àwọn atẹ̀yìntọ̀ wa wà lẹ́yìn wa. Wọ́n dẹ̀ wà lẹ́yìn wa in mass ni.
Then.
Àwọn alálẹ̀ tí wọ́n wà lẹ́yìn wa. Nítorí pé a ní gbégbèsè kan ká má béèrè sí. A dẹ̀ ti béèrè sí. Wọ́n ní ká tọ́ ni. Yes, we messed up in the 50s and the 60s by waiting for our brothers in the north. I want to wait for my brothers in the north. Who are your brothers in the north? You don't have brothers in the north. You have enemies in the north. Enemies. Pure enemy. The only thing I will say to Yoruba people is that anything ṣe ń gba Hausa ní Megadi ẹ ṣì máa gbà wọ́n. Anything gba Fulani ní Megadi ẹ máa gbà wọ́n. Ìjọba tó máa dùnmù yín jẹ́ ìdí kan dé nìyí. I think we have another caller again, yeah? Let's try and pick this call. Caller, are you for this program or you want to ask another question? You are for the program. Go ahead then, please, yeah?
Okay.
Hello?
Okay. Mo fẹ́ béèrè question kan ni.
Ẹ ṣé o.
Mi ò tètè join the program yẹn, so mi ò really wà familiar pẹ̀lú topic that you discuss látàárọ̀.
Oduduwa Nation. No, it doesn't matter. Ẹ lè béèrè anything, ma.
Okay. Nǹkan tó really bother mi ni pé mo máa ń gbọ́ from some other media people pé àwọn tó máa ń sọ pé ní vote ní 2023 ní vote ní 2023 and things like that, like different media people don ṣe olú iṣẹ́ tẹ̀yìn náà ṣe, and mo understand the reason tó ṣe ń sọ kìíní yẹn because kò sẹ́ni tó fẹ́ kí kó jẹ́ pé a ṣì wà ní Nàìjíríà ní 2023 so that pé a ṣì máa vote or something. I personally wò mí pé ká ti kúrò ní Nàìjíríà by this year by the grace of God, but nǹkan tèmi rò ní pé if by any chance ó happen pé a ṣì wà ní Nàìjíríà ní 2023 yẹn tàdé wá ń sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wa pé ó yá don't vote ẹ má vote ní 2023, àwọn Biafra náà wọ́n sọ the same thing fáwọn èèyàn wọn bóyá middle belt náà àwọn náà sọ fáwọn èèyàn wọn pé don't vote. So tí gbogbo wa ò bá vote across the nation àwa kò all north nìkan, that means pé a máa ti fún gbogbo agbára vote a máa ti mú gbogbo agbára vote yẹn fún all north, and what táwọn tẹ̀ máa ṣe ni pé is either kan to vote in Buhari or kan ṣáà to vote in another tyrant, and then we have to go through another 8 years of hell. God forbid anyway. But nǹkan tí mi kò rò ni pé instead of sensitizing our people pé ẹ má vote, why tá a ṣe máa sensitize wọn ni pé tí a bá ṣì wà ní Nàìjíríà ní 2023 ẹ vote fún someone like Sowore. That's one of the only people tẹ́mi mọ̀ pé wọ́n ní integrity nínú gbogbo àwọn tí mo ti come across. Then a close second for me will be Tope Fasua, but taba really fẹ́ go forward mo feel pé Sowore will be the best person. Instead of saying don't vote, because we're just going to give the power to the whole north to vote in another tyrant. Let's start sensitizing our people. Pé okay, the strategy we will use. Everybody pé I'm actually my vote. Let's go through someone like that Sowore, and then someone like that Sowore taba approach it, okay, referendum or federal and all that. That kind of a person is likely to give us independence, likely to give Biafra their independence. Than if they want to vote in, you'll be Buhari or Atiku or whoever it is from the north again. Question me.
Oye wa. Ẹ ṣé gan ni mo dúpẹ́. Okay, a máa dáhùn ẹ nísìnyí. Ẹ lè máa gbọ́ lọ lórí ẹ̀rọ yín nílé. A máa dáhùn ẹ nísìnyí. Ẹ ṣé. God bless you. Uncle mi ṣé ẹ máa kọ́ dáhùn ni àbí kí n bá wọn dá sí?
Madam, my call down. So personally, I don't think people that are calling for the for a boycott of the electoral
Election.
process. Yeah, the elections come 2023. Personally, I agree with them that the elections should be boycotted, and reason being that the moment that you participate in that process, you've legitimized that process. So it doesn't. What people don't understand is Ṣòwòrẹ́ wọlé o, Yorùbá wọlé o, Igbo wọlé o, anybody tó wọlé Naija is a transition to more of the same. I can oscillate between because àwọn nǹkan tó wọ́n understand ni pé Ṣòwòrẹ́ wọlé sìn ó reform everything. He can only be there for 8 years. Then the thing will oscillate back to maybe a fuller guy or somebody. Wọ́n tún dá ogbó ẹ̀, wọ́n tún dàrú. The same thing under Yoruba, missing the revenue allocation is still the same. Those are the things don't keep wa poor. Àwọn mú bí à ń sìn ní Yoruba land. But and tax and collect VAT on the beer that we drink, the VAT that's supposed to go into building infrastructures like hospitals. So to bá mú bí à ń sìn tó bá develop kidney problem or liver problem, a lè máa treat it. But ẹ collect owó yẹn ẹ collect ẹ lọ sí center ẹ lọ redistribute ẹ to àwọn èèyàn tó wà ní Kano under Sharia àwọn èèyàn tó yẹ kí wọ́n ban alcohol. So ìgbà táwọn èèyàn bá sick nílẹ̀ Yorùbá wọn nílé ní hospital láti treat wọn. So all these things will still be there tó wáyé pé Ṣòwòrẹ́ wọlé or anybody wọlé. You know what I mean? So it's still more of the same. I can post for evil days one. So the best thing is to boycott the election. Even wọ́n gbé Fúlàní sí or wọ́n gbé Dàbàrí or whoever it's more the same. Kí la gé ìgbà tí Ọbásanjọ́ wà ń bẹ̀? Again anything now. So kí la máa gé ìgbà ní àti Jonathan wà kí la gé náà again anything àti Buhari wà ń bẹ̀ yìí ọ̀sẹ̀ tó fẹ́. So kò sí as long as Naija that exists the system that parasitic unity system still exists. So no matter election to conduct serve any purpose in the nation. Because they can't understand it. So by boycotting the elections, you actually legitimize the parasitic unity system in Nigeria. So I support it. I mean, I don't know I'm not, I'm not against voting or whatever. But personally, I will never engage in that process because that process is destructive to me and my people. So I'll never engage it. And one more thing, one of the ways that really achieve the Oòduà nation in a non-violent way is that our governors were in the southwest normally come together. First of all, Lagos, like I said, Lagos at Ogun State, and let me just say the southwest region, one generates close to 60% of Nigerian GDP. The non-oil sector won't contribute more now to Nigerian GDP than the oil sector. You know, because of the infrastructures in Lagos, like capital tax and all these corporate tax and all these things, and also in the state. So they generate more money from them than all the northern states combined, all the eastern states combined. They total close their River State. So anyways, so governors from the southwest normally come together and petition central government. Samfara, only gold in Samfara. Under the Land Use Act, wọ́n sọ pé any land tó bá ti ní mineral resources the central government máa take over it. But now the central government won't allow Samfara láti ta gold wọn. And one of the ways wọ́n máa fi ta gold yẹn ni pé the central government of Nigeria wọ́n máa put owó together láti ra gold from Samfara. You know, this is the money that mostly coming from the southwest. They used to buy gold from Samfara State. But that gold, Samfara and all the northern regions, central government will come and control it by default. It's not supposed to be controlled by Samfara State. So they can't governors from the southwest don't come together and say, okay, the revenue that you collect from the south, so the oil, so the south, or any mineral resource from the south, including the revenue that you collect from the south, stays in the south. Because Samfara gold, the revenue from the state in Samfara State, for our own responsibility. So I need láti máa bring àwọn rescue in place in the central government. Àwọn government but they don't do that. Wọ́n sọ wọ́n ní on rental property. Báwo ni central government máa ṣe collect revenue from rental property wọ́n build on local government land? It's not a federal land. Báwo ni wàá ṣe wá lára Àbújá àwọn kò fẹ́ collect stamp duty in rental property wọ́n build on communal land, on local government land, on state land? Under one use as state don't control land like that, not the central government. So how are you going to come and collect stamp duties on the land that doesn't belong to you? So ara àwọn ọmọ state government come bring lawsuit to central government, come da ogbó ẹ̀rú fún wọn, but they just stay there like a school boy, wọ́n kàn máa wò àbíbí tètèrè. I don't understand what's going on with them. Ẹ̀dẹ̀lẹ̀ education, ẹ̀dẹ̀lẹ̀ school ní all the school ẹ̀ẹ̀lẹ̀. I mean, so let me show you me also as far as the election is concerned, I support boycott 100%, but I'm not going to support it. That's it.
Okay, thank you very much for that. I'm just going to do some magic quickly. Why I'm sorting out these things, because people need to see this analysis a little bit, and the analysis might take us a little bit longer to put together. But because of the question they asked, that question, I would like to put this analysis up quickly so that we can know exactly what we're doing, because the analysis is very important. If you know this analysis, it will make life very, very easy for us. And when I mean easy for us, it will make it so easy that you will not believe it yourself. Just give me just 1 second. Let me just push this out quickly for us, yeah? I think we have another caller quickly. Let's pick that call and then we'll call back to that one over there. Good evening, my sister. Go ahead. Your question, your name, where you're calling from, and your question, ma'am.
I'm calling from the United States. My name is Abby.
Thank you.
I just want to
Contribute.
to the program and share my views.
Yeah.
On the matter of insecurity in the Southwest, that is where I'm going to go first.
Yeah.
A lot of people have forgotten about this Amotekun, and these Fulani people are not playing with us. They really mean business with us, because I just heard information from the reliable source that they have their own vigilante group, and they're going to spread them throughout the whole country. And we Yoruba people, we just sit down and we are looking at see if everything is okay. Now, there's another information that there is ISIS presence in Nigeria, and they are already in Ogun State. And we are not doing anything about it. Our people are comfortable, they are going to Paris. Our royal fathers, nobody is speaking out. Our governors, they are mute. And our people are comfortable. Why are we not demanding that something needs to be done? At least to put some security in place. I will go to Yoruba, I will go on and speak Yoruba now.
Please, Auntie.
Governors were in Southwest. They said they should be going to the internet to register to become an Amotekun member. People ni wọ́n ti ń ṣerú ẹ̀. Ṣé bọ́mọ Yorùbá ni wá? Ó ní nǹkan táwọn bàbá wa ń lò tó fi ń tọ́jú ilẹ̀ wa kó tó di wípé àwọn òyìnbó dé wọ́n gbé democracy wá fún wa. Ṣẹ́ni tó lọ school tó gba bachelor ṣó láyé ta ni? Ṣó lòkì gbẹ́ ni? Will make sense. And we have it in our history in Nigeria as the Yoruba land, that Fulani has always had their eyes on the Southwest. And wọ́n náà gba Ìlọrin. Wọ́n fẹ́ wá gba Òṣogbo, wọ́n lọ lé wọn padà ní. And we are comfortable. Ẹni tó ti ní ojú ẹ̀ lórí ilẹ̀ wa for thousands of years, kí ló fún wa ní assurance pé they don't want to come back? They still have their eyes on the land. Nǹkan táwọn ò ní àwọn rí. And these people are ready to kill, to maim, to destroy. And we are comfortable. I pity our people. When when they activate, we are going to be in a big trouble. sọ náà tó bá kọ́ gbájú fún bàbá fámà ńkọ́. So ó yẹ ká pe àrà àtọ̀dọ̀ fínú wa agbára wa sòtítọ́ ọ̀rọ̀. Fúlàní tó ti lé àwọn bàbá ńlá wa wọ́n lé wọn nílọrin wọ́n tún fẹ́ lé wọn lóṣogbo. They are coming o. We shouldn't be comfortable. They are coming. Then my second view is on this Yoruba nation. Are we truly ready? Are we truly ready? That is the question we should be asking all Omo Karo Ojire. Are we truly ready for this Yoruba nation? I don't see the readiness. I am sorry to say. Báwọn kan ṣe ń gbé orin ẹ̀, àwọn kan á sọ pé no. In fact, some people will attack some people for saying Yoruba nation. Are we that comfortable in Nigeria? The system is rigged against us. And yet, our close Ojuwa our close Ojuwa sí nǹkan tó ń bọ̀ báyìí ká dẹ̀ ń rí báyìí pé kò kàn mí. Àwọn èèyàn ní Nàìjíríà ni mo ti rí pé àwọn èèyàn máa ń jìyà and they will not do anything about it. They are so comfortable in it. Táwọn kan bá ní Yorùbá nation, àwọn kan ní restructuring. What are good ideas? But are we truly ready? People are not ready. They are comfortable. They are comfortable. Wọ́n á yà máa fi kanra máwọn tó wà nílùú òyìnbó nípa ebi ń pa wá. It's only in Nigeria that I see people comfortable in suffering. L'America ní bíbá yìí, tí ìjọba bá ṣe nǹkan tí wọ́n fẹ́, people will come out. Wọ́n bẹ̀rù kú. Wọ́n náà máa tẹ̀sí sọ tẹnu àwọn yẹn tẹ́ bá fẹ́ pa wọn.
Ẹ pa wọn.
Bọ́ wọ́n sì sọ tẹnu wọn yẹn. Bọ́tẹ́ àwọn èèyàn tí èèyàn kan bá ti jágbe mọ́ wọn, wọ́n sá wọlé. Ok, gbogbo bá a ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn ká sọ̀rọ̀ Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn, àwọn kan ṣì wà against it. I keep saying this. Tí èèyàn 1,000 bá jáde ní each state láti dojúkọ government has stand still. But people are not ready to come out. They are so comfortable. Ìyà yẹn ti mọ́ wa lára. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kí ìyà mọ́ wa lára.
Àmín àṣẹ.
Gbogbo àwọn obìnrin ti daṣẹ́wó, gbogbo àwọn ọkùnrin ṣe yahoo, ó tún máa ń bẹ èèyàn tì ní. Okay, now kájà wá sọ wípé Nàìjíríà wọ́n fẹ́ continue. There are still some amendments that can be done to fix the rigged system against other ethnic groups. And now practice the United States system of government. They are using electoral college. The electoral college decides who is the president, even if you win the popular vote. We can do that system. We can have a national conference meeting that all those smaller regions, like Southwest, Southeast, they should give them more electoral votes. Even if the president from the north or wherever they come from wins the popular vote from the north, we the electoral college will determine who is the next president. That is another way that will be shaking. But is our people truly ready? That is the question we should be asking. That is my contribution, sir.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni àǹtí mi ẹ máa gbọ́ lórí sẹ́ẹ̀tì mo máa ṣàlàyé ẹ̀ fún yín. Mr. Ojo Oyebisi, I think I might do more justice to this one than you because I have a little bit of background to this one already.
Right.
First of all, we have a program on Sunday that called the Amalgamation Explained, right? And I thank God for one of my dad that sent me this information this morning. No matter what you do, any vote you do in Nigeria, you can never win unless they want you to win. Okay. In the North, they have, in the 1959 elections is typical. They have 168 constituencies in the North. In the South, in the Southwest, they have 57. In the Southeast, they have 77. And in Lagos, they have 10. So altogether, we have 312. Do you know how many states they break the North up into? And everybody has more senators. So the more senators that want to vote in the Senate, Yoruba and Igbo team together, they can't win anything. They can never win anything. Because our leaders in the 1950s and the 60s, this is what they buy for us. And you know why they buy it for us like that? I will explain it better tonight. You know I won't say anything that I'm not sure of. I will explain it very, very well, and I want you to probably, please, listen properly. Somebody said the correct system will not work under anybody as long as it's in Nigeria because it's so corrupt. That is true. Thank you very much. Let me analyze this to you. The reason we have Nigeria in the first case, they used to have the southern thing and the northern thing. The southern are developing, the northern is not developing. And they said they don't want to have problem. They don't want us to have problem. So they merge both together. When they merge both together and they were creating Nigeria, they give them more power so that we will not be able to leave them. They properly handcuff us to them. That's why they give them more seats than us. So when it comes to voting, electoral college, or whatever vote we want to do, we will never win. That is the basis of all this nonsense. So even if you have restructuring, right? They vote in the Senate and approve who's going to be the manager of NNPC, the manager of the Port Authority. All these are in the South. Why do you have to bring all the managers from the North to come and be our boss in the South? It's all nonsense. But this is what our elders, our leaders agreed to in those days. And we're still stuck to it. Some few years, I think it's 2013, when the North said they want to go. And instead of saying, if you want to go, bugger off. You bastards. Call them names. Annoy them more so that they can pack out. You know when you want your wife to leave the house, and she said, I'm going to leave. And I said, my dear, don't leave. But you want her to leave. Call her name. Call her mother. Call her dad. Cause everything. Then she's going to leave. They could have left in 2013 when they say they want to leave. Yes, they're going to be a rogue state. They're going to be a failed state. And we have to find a way to deal with them later on. Israel is dealing with all the other people around them. They might be smaller. But the issue there is that until we leave, Showore can never function. How can it function? It can't function. And Showore will never break Nigeria. Otherwise, he's going to say he wants to rule 10 times instead of 2 times. Because he wants to rule Africa. Showore wants to rule Africa. And Showore said it's not even Yoruba, it's Ijo. Where is Ijo? Ijo is not in Odo State. Part of Odo State, but part of the other thing. I don't know. But you vote for Showore, you're wasting time. Showore will never break Nigeria. Showore will never give Yoruba freedom. Showore will even tell you Yoruba are the problems. So I don't see anything happening. But let me assure my sister that called, yeah, about the election. Election 2023. I don't know how much you believe in prophecy, but prophecy is there for you to claim. And now that I bring you up, down, south, west, east, up and down. We act everywhere. I don't think we have up to 2 years, 1 year. I don't think we have up to 1 year. I don't think we have up to 9 months. But be rest assured, we're prepared. If they think we're not prepared, forget it, we're prepared. We're very, very prepared. Yes, there will be some stupid element among us that was saying Amotekun. Then about the Amotekun thing, I will explain that Amotekun to my sister. The Amotekun thing, they didn't recruit everybody from the net. Not everybody get recruited from the net. They recruit all the administrative staff on the net. All the one that will do the real thing, they didn't recruit them from the net. But they're not going to tell you that. Because there's procedures, there are things Yoruba people at the moment needs to be very, very careful about. My sister, when we finish the show, please call me, I will explain it to you. My brother, when we finish the show, I will explain it to you. It's not everything we can say in the open air. Because gbogbo ogun ta ni ta fẹ́ fi jà a lè kó jáde pé ogun ta fẹ́ fi jà lélẹ́yìí ká máa fi hàn yín. Tá bá fi hàn yín you don't want to show how powerful you are. Tell them you are not powerful. And then when they come, remember they come into our house. So they won't be able to go back and bring more things. But when you show them you are powerful now, then they get prepared more. So the few people I know personally, I can tell you exactly what is happening. If I don't know you, if you can prove who you are to me, I can tell you what is happening. But I won't just tell you what is happening and then give you my resources, my information to the wrong people. I've been very opportune that I'm connected to the right people. And I get to know the right information. I get to know the right thing. If I want to know anything today, all I have to do is to ask, press the right button. I will find out. So the Amotekun thing, there's a reason they did it like that. If you want to know, please ask me. Presenter, you are right. Showore can never disgrace Nigeria. They love Nigeria like fufu with I like that. Oluwasomi, thank you very much. Oh, God of mercy. Caller has a good point on the readiness, but I want to be assured that the caller that we are 50%. We're not 50% ready, we're about 90% ready. Thank you, Yomikoka, thank you. We're ready. Emmanuel Okperiko, that's my brother from another mother. People like Showore is the reason for advocating for a parliamentary system of government. Yeah, people like Showore. Okay, so this is what happened, right? And there's so many things as well that is happening in the background. America, when they want to fight Iraq, they didn't start the war during the day. They start the war in the night with all their might and power. When we want to start when they want to fight us, we will start in the night. So don't worry.
Yeah.
There's so many things at hand. One of them I can tell you, it's still there.
There, Moambi.
And there's more. And we finally
Yeah.
go law. We have all those
Yeah.
things.
Ben.
I want Dale Yoruba. Those are the people Timothy addressed a lot of people. We have another caller. Caller, your name and where you're calling from, sir.
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I like the American voting pay.
Eshi adúpẹ́ o. Ẹ fẹ́ bá a dá sí tó.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni o, mo ní trace sí gan, mi ò ní opportunity láti bá ẹnìkankan sọ̀rọ̀, but mo dúpẹ́ pé mo ríru program báyìí. Ondo City èmi ti wá.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ mo dá yín mọ̀ sá, mo gbóhùn yín dáadáa sá. Bẹ́ẹ̀ mo ní kẹ́ gbóhùn yín.
Nǹkan tẹ́ ń sọ ó wù mí ó lè dáa, but tí bá ṣe ń pé ká lọ, èmi ní pé ká fojú àgbà wò bákan, because tá bá ní pé ká lọ báyìí, ó máa nira. Ẹ kọ́kọ́ wo iye àwọn ọmọ wa tó wà káàkiri Nàìjíríà, ṣé wọ́n máa wálé, ṣé wọn ò ní pa wọ́n? Àbí òye yín, torí mo mọ Yorùbá, ìṣèlú kí Yorùbá pa ẹnìkan láti jẹ torí owó kan, Yorùbá ò ní fẹ́ ṣe, wọ́n á wo ọ̀nà míì tó máa gbé gbàtẹ́ pé èmi ò ní lọ. Ṣé rí tá bá ní pé ká lọ, àwọn tó ń jalè, gómìnà wa, àwọn politicians, àwọn leaders wa tó ń jẹ
jẹ wá lówó kí ló dé tó pé káwá bẹ̀ sí develop western region bí kò ṣe ń lọ Ondo ń lọ Èkìtì ń lọ gbogbo ẹ̀ ń lọ ṣé rí gbogbo owó yẹn tó ń wà ní everywhere in the country wá máa wá ná babalá fẹ́ lọ èlò ẹmọye àwọn èèyàn Haúsá Ìgbò tó ní property ní west àwọn tó ń tọ́jú lọ sí north nǹkan kan west Èkó náà náà ń rí gbogbo most of them sí tọ́ba ní kan lọ báwọn ṣe fẹ́ ṣe wọ́n ṣe wọ́n ní fẹ́ ṣe kàkà kéko má jẹ ṣiṣe tó káàwó èmi fẹ́ pé ká máa develop káwá máa ṣòótọ́ lénìí kọ́mọ Yorùbá máa ṣòótọ́ àwa tá a wà lókèèrè káwá máa invest sílé tábà ti ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn lọ before you know àti di paradise so tábà dẹ̀ máa fẹ́ lọ àgbègbè agbára yẹn wà lọ́wọ́ àbọ̀dí ní ìsìn kò sí owó kò sí agbára a lè sọ pé a lè gbéjà o but àwọn yẹn kàkà kékun má jẹ ṣiṣẹ́ àkókò yẹn tí Èkó tó ń lọ tó ń bùmù yẹn mélòó ni yóò bá tó méjì ẹ̀kọ́ bùm ní àwọn importation tó ń import àwọn kankan yẹn àwọn dáàsì náà wà láti Kútọ́nù wà láti Niger wọ́n gba Èkó so ká kọ́kọ́ rò ó ká fi ọgbọ́n sí i ká bẹ̀ sí ń develop ọ̀dọ́ wa bí Èkó ṣe ń develop yẹn kékeré máa lọ Oǹdó máa lọ Ògùn máa lọ Kwara máa lọ so ká make sure pé a bẹ̀ sí jà ìjà pé àwọn gómìnà wọn gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ owó wa so nǹkan tèmi rò nìyẹn o so mo ní ká kúkú fọgbọ́n kan sí i so pé a kàn gbé ìbọn lémi ká bẹ̀ sí ṣe ó sì ó lè díẹ̀ níjọ́ tí ọkà kò bẹ̀rẹ̀ mo wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ mo sọ fún wọn pé ó máa fẹ́ wọ́n bí rán ni pé kí ni mo mọ̀ mo ní bó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó lè lé àwọn tó ní agbára kúrò ní Nàìjíríà àwọn 5 states yẹn mo ló máa lose torí àwọn ọwọ́ ẹ̀ ò tí gba èkó dà ó ń gbèrè ikú tó gba bàbá mo ló máa fẹ́ ibi bá yókò sí kò pé 3 hours ó fẹ́ so èmi ní pé ká máa develop ọ̀dọ̀ wa ká máa wá ṣòótọ́ títí before you know àkọ́ máa jọ́sí ara wa kúrò ní very easy gbogbo ilé ìtẹ̀sán yẹn mo láìpẹ́ ẹ̀ pé owó tó ń gbà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wọ́n ń pè ní north wọ́n ṣe gbogbo ìjà náà la máa bẹ̀ sí ìjà díẹ̀ before you know everything máa padà sí south ọ̀tẹ̀ mi rò nìyẹn o.
ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ máa gbọ́ ànsà lọ láti orí ẹ̀rọ yín sà ṣe gbọ́ sà ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ o.
ẹ ṣé.
bàbá wa ó sọ sínú lọ́wọ́ ó buyọ̀ sí i ṣé kẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní àbí kí n bẹ̀rẹ̀.
ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀.
ok
ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀.
number 1 àti iná ti jó lórí pópó already there is no going back again. àwọn èèyàn wa tó bá wà ní north nísìn tó bá wọn kàn takú sí north àwọn ló mọ̀ àwọn èèyàn tó wà ní north kó takú sí north àwọn ló mọ̀ òtútù sọ àwọn èèyàn tó bá fẹ́ràn ara wọn kàn tètè máa kẹ́rù wọn kúrò north kàn máa bọ̀ ní south jẹ́jẹ́jẹ́ kàn máa ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ ayé wọn ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn aláìgbọ́ràn nígbà tí ọkọ̀ noah tó kẹ́rù sínú ẹ̀ tó takú tó ní kò sójò òjò ń bọ̀ o ẹ tó bá ní kò sójò wẹ́ ó kò ń ó kò jò gbàtójò bá dé àmọ̀ bóyá kò sí bóyá òjò wa bóyá òjò sí torójò lèmi máa pè léni gbogbo nǹkan tí èèyàn bá fẹ́ ṣe kó ṣe pẹ̀lú ọpọlọ a lè ní pé kí wọ́n ká máa ṣe bọ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀ mọ́ ó ti kọjá díẹ̀díẹ̀ sà a ti ṣe díẹ̀díẹ̀ yọ̀bọ̀yọ̀bọ̀ táwọn bàbá wa fi ṣe tẹ́tẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn tó yẹ pé gbogbo ẹ̀ wá bọ́ sórí nìsín kádé 1950s wọ́n ti yarí fún wọn pé àṣe báyìí ni kò ní ibi táwa lé ní àní síbẹ̀ ṣóyè yìí then àwọn táwa ní south náà àti Igbo àti Yorùbá our own selfish interest pọ̀ jù ṣebí ọmọ Igbo ṣáà ló pín lónìí pé kò sí regional government mọ́ fi jẹ́ Hausa náà yes Hausa lè lò àbá Hausa ní agbóyin rosi ni ṣùgbọ́n agbóyin rosi pé gbogbo òfin báyìí kó máa bọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ òun ní central so pé ká máa ṣe díẹ̀díẹ̀ ká máa ṣe díẹ̀díẹ̀ ẹgbàgbín báyìí àwọn èèyàn rẹ́dí láti ṣe díẹ̀díẹ̀ mọ́ kò sí sùn léèrè mọ́ nínú ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nísìnyí Ọlọ́run ṣògo ní gbogbo àwa nǹkan tó máa dà nísìnyí kó yá dà because tí a bá ṣe nísìnyí right a lè rí ṣe mọ́ fún 30 ọdún Could they say by this time next year ọ̀rọ̀ wa ti yanjú? Lágbára àwọn alálẹ̀, lágbára Ọlọ́run. Lágbára ẹni tó tẹ̀lé ayé dó. Lágbára tó gbé òpó tó di ayé mú, lágbára tó dì mú.
ẹjẹ
Ọlọ́run tí ò papòdà rí, tí ò yí padà rí. Àbí kí lè fẹ́ ṣe ní nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ kún sá?
Mo ní nǹkan kan wà táwọn èèyàn wa ò understand. Àwọn èèyàn wa understand pé the longer tá a bá ṣe ń stay nínú Naija, the worse off ló máa jẹ́ fún Oòduà nation. Nǹkan tí ó yẹ káwọn èèyàn understand that fundamental assessment. Tàbá dúró sílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà fún 2 more years, àwọn Yorùbá máa dey regress 4 more years ni. So geometric regression ṣẹ̀gẹ́ ìgbìmọ̀ sọ. So the longer I stay nínú Naija, the more I máa regress. Nǹkan táwọn sọ pé ká máa ṣe nǹkan díẹ̀ yẹn gan ló affect wa. The fact pé a ṣe right away òun ló fà á tá a fi wà ní state àwà á kàn regress. Àwọn Buhari ń sìn mí wọ̀n bóyá bàbá yẹn mọ̀ wọ́n fẹ́ gbé water bill jáde right now. With the water bill, ó ṣe water tó wẹ́ pé ó wà on the surface nìkan. The water underground your land belongs to the central government. And when you say central government now, you're talking about the Hausa Fulani period. So both way north, I'm saying no. It's the Fulani who fẹ́ control the land, the water resources in Nigeria because wọn ló mi. So nísìnyí tẹ́ bá fẹ́ gbẹ́ kànga nìbàdàn, ẹ máa ṣe lọ sí Àbújá lọ gba license láti lè gbẹ́ kànga because they control the water. With that water bill, ó máa control water resources tó wà underneath your land. So ṣe ń gbọ́ mi so ìkíní kò ṣe tó bá pass yẹn sìn ní access. So àwọn sacred rivers wá bí Ọ̀ṣun river, àwọn Ògùn river ní access àyẹ̀wò mọ́. Àbújá ló máa control ẹ̀ tó bá ní òkè àníṣe oníṣẹ̀ṣe àníṣe Ọ̀ṣun Òṣogbo tá a máa ń ṣe yálì sìn lè kò sí nǹkan máa ṣe sí because central government ló ń control ẹ̀. So the more tá a bá ṣe ń tẹ̀ nínú Nàìjíríà, the more ẹni Yorùbá Oòduà nation àwọn Yorùbá wọ́n regress into barbarism, into poverty. We need to understand this thing. So this is the time for us to do. Àti ní sùúrù tó. But that way you understand. Exactly. So and another thing tí mo sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan ni pé kò ṣe pé nǹkan táwa ní lọ́kàn ni wọ́n làwọn ní lọ́kàn. That's another thing that you understand. Àwa fẹ́ àwa fẹ́ progress pé ká develop ilẹ̀ bá wọ́n yẹ wọn ẹ̀yẹ fáwa ní gbogbo forest country. Gbogbo forest wa ni wọ́n sọ pé wọ́n ti kó àwọn ISIS sí wọ́n fẹ́ attack wa. So ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń ṣe ní ká máa dúró ká máa support àwọn governors gbogbo àwọn yẹn. Kí lẹ́yìn fẹ́ máa support àwọn yẹn tẹ́ pé àwọn tẹ́ pé they don't have any power, wọn ní any military power, any security power láti wọn ní control over even the police system. So báwo ni bẹ́ẹ̀ defend ilẹ̀ ìṣe bí tó yẹ la fi create Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn because the central government wọn fún wa láwọn àwọn prosecute àwọn tó ń pa wá nínú àwọn Fúlàní tó ń pa wá àwọn terrorists Fúlàní terrorists wọ́n wà nínú forest wa tó wọ́n di káwọn farmers wa farm. The central government is not prosecuting them. So ẹ̀dùn ní ká máa ṣì máa dúró sínú ìlú mi. No, we can't do that. We just driving ourselves to the precipice of self-destruction if we continue to do that.
Okay, thank you very much. I have a caller from America quickly. I'm going to deal with that one before I come back to the caller from Saudi Arabia and the caller from Nigeria and the two callers from Nigeria. The caller from America, go ahead, sir. Hello, madam. Go ahead, please. Hello, go ahead, please. Eka so.
Ẹni tó pè láti Amẹ́ríkà, má kàn pè láti Amẹ́ríkà àti òun mo fẹ́ dá sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń sọ àìdẹ̀. Tó ń sọ pé wọ́n sì jẹ́ ká máa fojú ṣá. With all respect, mi ò mean láti disrespect anybody.
Yes.
Yorùbá bọ̀ wọ́n ní ojú àpọ̀pọ̀ tán.
Ìjà ní dálẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Wọ́n bá fẹ́ ṣe pé kókó tójú ṣe pé kámọ̀ tó tó ṣe pé.
Tó bá lè máa fọ́ kámọ̀ pọ́ fọ́.
Àbí o, yes.
Hold on, man.
And apart from that, one more pé nígbà tí èèyàn bá kó condition ti lè ṣe wèrè ìgbà wọn ló fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kúkí jẹ.
Òtọ́rọ̀.
À ń jẹ́ à ń sà wọ́n láwọn mẹ́rin tó kú. Wọ́n nígbà àwọn Boko Haram wọ́n ti wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ṣé ó dìgbà tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ wọ́n tó nígbà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ pé tó yẹ abẹ́gbẹ́ ìgbésẹ̀ tó kàn ní. À ń sọ̀rọ̀ ní pé ká máa forí sí ká máa fọrùn rọ ká máa ní sùn ká máa kọ́ṣì máa bá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún hánà ọ̀gá tẹ́ máa ti bá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ibi tó yé ọ̀nkú mi dé nìyẹn. Ibi tó yé wọn dé nìyẹn. Kola, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you very much for contributing. The lady from Nigeria, go ahead, please, yeah? Ekale ma.
Mr. Ekale sir. Ade kí àlejò wa náà. Ọ̀gá o. Àwọn pé ìwádùn lẹ́nu yín tó báyìí o.
Tẹ wá ń fẹ́ ìbò látàárọ̀.
Látàárọ̀ láti gbé sókè pé tó bá ti kàwọn ní yóò bá wa náà máa pè tó lórí ẹ̀kọ́ òyìnbó yìí ní kókó díẹ̀. Àwọn àdúgbò kó padà kọ̀ wá. Ṣé ẹ̀rí nǹkan tẹ́mi fẹ́ sọ ni pé ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn Boko Haram àárín wa gan wọ́n fẹ́ ju tàwọn nọ́ọ̀tì lọ.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni o.
Àwọn Boko Haram tó pọ̀ wọ́n ju ti nọ́ọ̀tì lọ torí ìfàṣẹ lọ́dún fún pé ìjọba tó ń kọ́ ẹ̀sìn kan wọ́n ju Boko Haram tó ń bọ̀ wá bá wa jù.
I think I lost my sister from Saudi Arabia there. Let's see whether she's gonna come back. In the meantime, Mr. Fatai Ogunribido is a very regular contributor on this program. Go ahead, sir.
Hold on. Àwọn èèyàn wa nǹkan tó need ní education. Nǹkan tó pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn rí. Wọ́n fi sọ pé à ń fẹ́ kí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá dá dúró. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ò rí. Ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan tó jẹ́ àlẹ́nu fún mi ni wípé àǹtí tó sọ̀rọ̀ tí ẹni pé fún wọn lọ yìí. Wọ́n ṣàlàyé kan wípé àǹtí àǹsà. Wọ́n ní àmì kòkó aríramùra àwọn náà mẹ́rin tó kú. Àbí tí wọ́n mọ̀ pé ìyá aláró ló kú ni. À ń sọ̀rọ̀ wípé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ó ti di ilẹ̀ tí àwọn kan tó fẹ́ gbà láti sọ fún wa pé àwa tá a jẹ́ Yorùbá àrílẹ̀ mọ́. A dẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ lójoojúmọ́ wọ́n nínú news náà wípé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ilẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ní àwọn Fúlàní ti wọ̀ tán ti lọ kó gbogbo nǹkan tó máa fi bá wa jà ní láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà. So kí ni a tún fẹ́ gbọ́ láti jẹ́ ká mọ̀ wípé àwa tá a jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá a ní láti dìde láti má jẹ́ káwọn ará bíbá yìí kan sọ ilẹ̀ wa di aṣálẹ̀.
Kọ́lá ṣe mọ̀ pé wọ́n ní pé àwọn fẹ́ máa dá sírù nǹkan báyìí àwọn fẹ́ mọ̀ ń pẹ́ sí i wọ́n láwọn ò mọ̀ ń pẹ́ dáadáa tẹ́lẹ̀ so nǹkan tá a máa ṣe ni pé mo ti ní nọ́mbà wọn máa pè wọ́n later on máa educate wọn more. Let's go back to the lady from Saudi Arabia. My sister, go ahead. You're back online, please, yeah?
Fún interest títí wa especially lórí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn Boko Haram àwọn ISIS gbogbo kìíní wọ́n sọ pé Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé bóyá Oǹdó àbẹ́kìtì nìkan náà la yìí rí tó ṣiṣẹ́ lórí ẹ̀ ṣé àwọn dáhùn àwọn tó kù kí ló ń ṣe lórí ẹ̀ kí ni nǹkan tó ń ṣe lórí ẹ̀ à ń sọ̀rọ̀ Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn èèyàn kan yìí stéètì kan ṣoṣo lóyìn ṣiṣẹ́ lórí ẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn tó kù àwọn kan àti ìmọ̀ kókó ọmọ lọ́jọ́ bì ìjọ ògbọ́n la fẹ́ ṣe yẹn dà adé ní àwọn tiwantiwa náà ta ti gbọ́ pé yes a fẹ́ lọ àwọn tí wọ́n ti gbọ́ àmà educate wọn náà because wọ́n ṣe gbogbo èèyàn náà ló ti
àǹtí mi ẹ pè mí later lẹ́yìn ètò mo máa ní láti bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ I'm gonna let you go. Caller from Nigeria, go ahead. Your name and where you're calling from, sir. Your name and where you're calling from. Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Ẹ ṣe gan ẹ̀dẹ̀ kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun náà mú kí àlejò wa àti pìrìsẹ́ńtà wa.
Yes, sir.
Ẹ ṣe o.
Ṣé rí àwọn
tó ń sọ mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ sí máa tó sọ lẹ́kàn yẹn
Yeah.
pé àwọn èèyàn kò ṣe ń wo ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ó dà pé kò yé wọn dáadáa ẹ máa wo rìfánárì tí Dangote ń kọ́ sí Èkó yìí táwọn máa fi rí 4 years bí tá a wà wọ́n máa ra gbogbo south west yẹn wọ́n á rà tán torí owó yẹn wà lọ́wọ́ wọn bó ṣe kó owó yẹn náà ń lò àwa náà tún ń lò fún ṣé wọ́n mọ̀ most of bíbí nǹkan tó dé gan nínú àwọn ohun àlùmọ́ọ́nì ilẹ̀ wa bíi àwọn bíi gold tó wà ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá agbọ́n sí pé àwọn Haúsá ń rà á iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe nìyẹn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ because wọ́n fẹ́ invest sọ́dọ̀ wa sọ pé àwa nira fún wa àti ilé wọn jáde gan tó bá yá so tí ò bá ti ṣe báyìí kò síjọ́ tó lè ta lè rí ṣe mọ́ tá a bá ti lè ṣe báyìí kò sígbà tá a lè rí ṣe mọ́ time tá a lè ṣe náà ní because ìwé tẹ́bí ti ṣe ń lọ tó ń lọ ẹ sà àwọn èèyàn ò rí lè mọ̀ ọ̀kan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ̀mọ̀ àwọn èèyàn kan ń lọ bí iṣẹ́ ẹlòmíì kan ń gbọ́ news wọ́n ṣe wà nínú Nàìjíríà yẹn wọ́n kàn ń lọ bí iṣẹ́ tó ń dé nì lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn àmà àtàkùn àárín inú ilé yẹn jù wọ́n lọ. So ẹ ṣé gan sir.
Ẹ ṣé gan, thank you very much for coming, sir.
Yes, thank you sir.
Adúpẹ́ o, thank you. Uncle mi kan pè lẹ́ẹ̀kan tí mo ní máa pè wọ́n padà. I will just call him briefly. In the next 5 minutes, sir, I will let you go because if care is not taken, I will keep you for 3 hours. 1 hour program has become 3 hours, yeah? Thank you very much for that, yeah? Let me just bring this uncle back from Nigeria, I believe. Let's see if he's there. Okay, let's call him back directly. His WhatsApp is not going through, so let's get him back directly. So what I will do later on, Uncle Ojo, is I will call you and have some few meetings with you on how we can put something like this in America. Caller from Nigeria, go ahead. Your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Thomas, and good evening, our guest. Please, can go on the first minute, I just saw you as BDB.
Eso.
Àwọn bàbá wa ti ẹgbẹ́ wá sí ètò yìí tó fẹ́ dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Ẹnìkan bẹ̀rẹ̀ question kan lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Ọ̀ question yìí mo fẹ́ dáhùn sí. Mo fẹ́ contribute sí. Ṣé rí gbogbo nǹkan tí a bá mọ̀ ọ́ ṣe? Ṣá òun ni ká ṣe ní àkókò tá a wà yìí. Ká bá lè jáde kúrò nínú contraction tó ń pè ní kò Nàìjíríà yìí. Torí pé ká pé àdéhùn pé àwọn ará bíi wọ́n mọ nǹkan tó wà lọ́kàn wa tí àti mú lọ́wọ́ tá a fi mú yìí á lè ṣèrè sọ́gbà fẹ́ máa gbọ̀dọ̀ jẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n tá a ti mú kíní tó báyìí tá a bá lọ gbọ̀dọ̀ jẹ́ nǹkan tó máa fojú wa rí á ju ti màálù tó kẹ́gùn tó fura mi. so ó bẹ́tà bá a ṣe wà lórí ẹ̀ ká gbé débi tó máa fi ní ìyọ̀jú ìpè ká sọ pé ẹ̀ka gbọ̀dọ̀ jẹ́ lọ sọ̀rọ̀ bí lítà. Torí tí a bá lọ pọ̀ jẹ̀jẹ́ ká lọ tàbí ní ìdáàkọ̀ rí láti dákan a ti kọ́ wọn lọ́gbọ́n ní pípé tó nǹkan báyìí ló wà lọ́kọ̀ àwọn ará bíi jíjù wa má lọ kó má tún lọ wọ́ kó jọ̀ wá kó má lọ wọ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹ̀yà àwọn kejì tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ wa bí ìfẹ́ forúkọ kan tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ wa bí ẹ̀mọ́ báwọn àwọn òkè àwọn àríwá yẹn tó fi dípẹ̀ láwọn yẹn tí wọ́n tẹ̀ sí dípẹ̀ tàbí àwọn yẹn lọ́dọ̀ tiwọn. So it is high time that ẹ̀tọ́ lọ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ kájẹ̀ ṣe tí a máa ṣe tó béèrè. Tẹ́lifí ọ̀gá máa fẹ́ pé bíbí ẹ̀ kákọ̀ kẹ̀kẹ́ àbájẹ̀ ṣe mọ́ bàbá tó ó máa dẹ́ra o.
Because of time, I really need to let my guest go today. It's been a wonderful time having you on the show. I believe sincerely, if I'm truthful to myself, we've taken more than necessary time from you. And I'm sure you don't have any cause to regret that, do you?
No. After I'm today, devoted me see Heritage TV.
Thank you very much. Auntie Mom should call me after the show. Anybody that wants to call me, I'm still going to be available for the next half an hour or so. It would be better if you call me on WhatsApp because of security reason, so that nobody can truncate what we want to say, or what we want to hear. And please, information is very vital. I will share vital information with you guys. By the grace of God, Abike will be having the Amotekun commander from Ondo State sometime before the end of the week. It might be tomorrow, Well, I'm not going to say it because I don't want them to truncate it. So, before the end of the week, the Amotekun commander in Ondo State, the only functioning Amotekun corps in the southern part of Nigeria, in the Oduduwa land, right? The only functioning Amotekun corps, the commandant will be here before the end of the week, and we have to speak on so many things. Before we do it, we will post it on the Heritage Multimedia Information WhatsApp group, so you will get to know well in advance. And then the YWC Oduduwa Nation WhatsApp group as well. And Quickie, we probably put it on all the social media as well, because Quickie, master of information sharing, he knows how to distribute things and get it to where it's supposed to get to. I want to say thank you to everybody who has been online with us tonight. I want to thank my guest today, Boss. You are a legend. Within the very short 2.5 hours to put this together. And you devote so much time for us, yeah? We really appreciate you. You are a true son of Oduduwa land. Thank you very much. And I hope that when I call you next time, you will have the chance to be with us on this program again. Thank you very much.
Definitely. I will.
Guys,
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I really appreciate you all tonight for staying in my house. It's been wonderful to have you guys with us today. And I really, really appreciate your effort, your contribution. You're even phoning in, because Teba Simbe Glafema Shishafi that by when so we really want to say a very big thank you to you all for being with us today, and I really and seriously appreciate you. Again, let me know your thought about this fanciful studio. Let me know your thought. Let me know what you think about it. And we just like to make sure that Oduduwa Nation is ready for the best of the best. From everybody in the studio who has been mixing and doing one thing or the other in the background to make sure that this goes right, and for everybody who has shared wide and far tonight, I want to say thank you very much. And from me and from all the team in the studio, good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the newly formed Oduduwa Nation.
Everybody in London, have you heard that Heritage Television has come up with something new? All your functions and celebrations can now be multi-camera live stream that was only reserved for the rich and famous. Having a function in London can be viewed clean and clear immediately from any part of the world. Trust Heritage TV to give you a better reach. Heritage Television also does photography that will make you the envy of all your friends and family. Heritage Television is the best. All your functions like birthdays, funerals, weddings, church anniversaries or harvest. Heritage Television is the master. We are in the heart of London with an ultra-modern equipped studio. You can call us on 020-800-46100 or email us info@heritagetv.co.uk or mobile 0734 1234 560. Heritage Television will do you proud.